Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Overwatch Watchers Brawl number 6 here in the month of June. If you were joining us earlier today, it is going to be me, your play-by-play caster, and Man of Class is your color commentator. Today, we have Revolution versus Citizens in the round 2 of the upper bracket / winners bracket. And Man of Class, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Just had a little bit of a shorter matchup, maybe would have expected, but nonetheless, it was a good one. But this is one I've really been looking forward to. We have Citizens, winners of the last one, because Revolution, who've been just tearing up the scene since they've been forming. So I'm also very excited for this one, and this could go all the way. This could go this.
Yeah, it could definitely go all the way. And with us today, we have Panda. Panda, go ahead and introduce yourself and which team you're on and what you do for that team.
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Pokemon Panda. Some know me by Andy as well. I myself am actually a commentator for Contenders China. What I do for American Revolution, I am their head coach. We always make this joke too that each one of my players are a different Infinity Stone, and I myself am Thanos, while my manager is the Gauntlet. So what I end up doing is just I give them all the strategies, give them some good pep talks, some motivation, be able to help them out.
Yeah, well, let's hope you being Thanos, you can snap their fingers and end this one quickly, hopefully for you guys. But starting off on Ilios and Citizens, of course, being very much a regular in the Watchers Brawl, have you guys had any film on them that you've looked over?
For this particular roster, not so much. We were able to get a little bit of look at from their previous matches in this tournament, especially. But it's not something that we're overly looking at right now. We're just trying to hop in here, play our game out, be able to adapt properly, and be able to avert all disaster.
Yeah, so you're primarily focusing on what works for you and just adapting to what they do is your main focus for this?
Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, that's just kind of where the meta's at right now. You see DPS, you end up going for the swap if it's a 3-3 setup. Everybody plays 3-3 incredibly different, even though you'll hear a lot of coaches talk about GOATS version 1 versus version 2, or if you're reading a 75-page thesis on it or what have you. It's all just about adaptation. It's all just about recognizing the biggest problem and being able to tackle it head on.
Yeah, and as a coach, I presume you'd be able to see the strengths and weaknesses of your team. Give me one strength and one weakness. It doesn't have to be your greatest strength or your weakest weakness, but what do you think are some of those?
I think from our biggest strength overall is just player mentality and morale as well. We end up doing really well for just in general, just keeping our heads in the game. We never really seem to pull ourselves out of the fight, if you will. We are always looking for opportunities to try to get ourselves back into the game. And as far as a weakness is concerned, probably have a little bit too much fun. Got a couple good jokesters. I know Jay, if he's out there listening to this right now as well. He's probably my class clown. But they all work really well together, and keeping up that morale is what's most important.
Yeah, and of course with that morale, you definitely don't have all hard or fully you definitely want to be focused, but you want to have someone who kind of lightens it up sometimes. That's always good to have with that. And one final question, and this is going to be a tough one. What is your prediction for this game?
For this game, you're definitely in store for high-level Overwatch. It's going to definitely be a good one at that. Control is going to be a good way to be looking at it for just how it's going to be played out. It could end up going the distance for as many maps as possible. You're looking at just being unbiased as well. I mean, Citizens, American Revolution, these are two teams that had made playoffs in Open Division of the previous season. So you can only expect just high-caliber play and just really good Overwatch.
Yeah, of course. We'd love to hear that. We'd love some great high-level Overwatch here on the Watchers Brawl. And thank you, Pokemon Panda, for coming in here, being the head coach. And hope you have a great game, and good luck. Have fun.
Yeah, have a great cast, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, with that, Man of Class, we're starting on Ilios, I believe, which is personally my favorite map of all time.
It's a map I've been enjoying a lot lately. I mean, we see a lot of Ilios, a lot of Nepal, a lot of Oasis coming out from a lot of teams. So Ilios we don't regularly see unless we go to a map 5, and even then it's often banned out. So I'm happy seeing them go to Ilios first map. Obviously they couldn't pick it, so we did it for them. And yeah, it looks like we're about ready to go into it. And it's always interesting to see which point you start on. Because if you start on well, you're in for a good one. Because
Oh, yeah.
well is always the one where I would say it can go either way. Because it's sort of the weirdest point in. It might be the weirdest point in Overwatch at this point. Still, even after the game's launch. But it's such an interesting one. Like there's so much you can do there. But lately, it's been really favoring these Orisa compositions. The 3-3 really hasn't been run there.
Yeah, and just a small.
Oh, it's gonna be
thing.
Lighthouse. Damn.
Aw.
No, just go ahead, Ares. I was
Yeah.
just saying myself.
Taking out your frustrations.
It's fine. It's fine.
But one
Go
thing I'd
ahead.
like to point out about these teams and their levels, actually, we don't really point out levels that much, is none of the players in this game are a bronze border. They're all at least a silver, gold, or platinum border in this game. Just a small little detail you might want to throw out there. And like the coach said before, Pokemon said that they are high levels and they made playoffs and not contenders, but open division, which is a very high level of Overwatch, and we've seen it from Citizens before, and I cannot wait to see it from Revolution. And we'll be seeing these compositions come in here and get your dissection of them.
Yeah, Revolution just walked over their last in their last match. That was such a dominant showing. So for a lot of ways, not just for the viewers, but also for both teams. I just hope there's a little bit more of a challenge coming out today. Not saying that their last match, the other team wasn't good, but like you said, Revolution is just such a strong team that you really need to bring your A game and have a strong lineup as well. Like there's not a lot of these luck factors that can tip it into your favor if you don't have a solid roster yourself. So we'll see them come out here in the blue, and the red side will have the lovely team of Citizens. And they're gonna clash here on Lighthouse with the 3-3 matchup.
And it looks like Revolution will be taking first control of the point. Gonna be just going in with it a little bit right now. They're gonna fight over that doorway a little bit, and Siemens is gonna be able to get a really nice pick onto that opposite Lucio. And this is just gonna be an interesting fight. The ball's gonna be going onto Shiz pretty early there, and they're gonna be taking it to them right now, as Revolution are nearly going to be able to capture the point, and they will be able to with the fight going to be going on here. And it looks like Citizens will just back off of this, and the experience just coming in from Revolution there very early, taking control of that point, knowing that on this point, if you're just able to back them off for a good bit and able to block them, that they're not going to be able to capture that point. And that's really what we just saw there.
Yeah, the biggest deal about it is that they get some kills after the fact, because in fact, actually Momo and Spades had gone down on the side of Revolution pretty late in that fight. So hadn't they not been able to get those stagger kills, this would not have been a 6v6 fight. It would be quick and re-engage. But it's not the case. We see both rallies come out, and they're just going to clash once again. And who's going to be the first to fall? That's always the question.
Yeah, and here comes the Earthshatter's not able to get anything, but the opposite Earthshatter's able to get purple here, and there's going to be the Transcendence pop from Rack Attack. That's a familiar name, and Jay is going to be popping his Graviton Surge, and Seamoose and Jay are going to be popping off here, and that's going to be a clean wipe. Get the baby wipes out for that one. And that's 50% right now for Revolution. Right now, just steamrolling them, it looks like. I mean, they took a 4-2 approach, 2 on the top and 2 on bottom. It didn't really work.
Oh, yeah, three ultimates used, team fight 1, and they'll still have 3 left. I mean, most of their offensive ultimates are always big to have in this situation, because you know they have the grab on the other side now. But let's see how they're gonna get value out of that one. They don't yet.
Larry.
Good stun on the Reinhardt, just getting Stalieri out, and that's immediately a fight win, because you don't want to continue that fight with your Reinhardt. A little bit of a stagger onto Spades there, and they're not chasing as far as some other teams will do. Sometimes they'll just run into your spawn and just not give you any room, but they have a little bit of respect for Citizens here. They know they can get grabbed.
Yeah, and we've saw that in Lijiang a lot lately. It feels like people just overextending a little bit, but sometimes not fully overextending, just getting a little bit. But here we go. Definitely too experienced team knowing not to do that at some point. Here comes the Graviton Surge and the D.Va Bomb. D.Va Bomb not able to catch anything out of it. The rally's going to be popped by High Key, and they're actually able to sneakily take the point. They're at 99%, and Jay is able to go off here, and so is Shiz. And they may just be able to cap the point by themselves. It's just a Luciank and Boyo is going to be taken down here, and they're going to be able to capture the point back. And here we are in overtime. Salieri is able to catch 3 there with the Earth Shadow, not able to capitalize on it, and that's going to be the first point Lighthouse from Ilios to Revolution.
Yeah, looking very good on Revolution. Sure, they kept the point out without Lucio. He just skipped over to the point and it was all fine. Because then they had a 5v6 fight somewhere else because they had to stay on the point on the side of Citizens. But we'll see something come. Maybe see some changes coming out here when we go to Ruins. But it doesn't look like either team really is interested in that. They just want to keep running the 3-3. For Revolution, I can really understand. You know, they just played that first point. They just won it with 3-3, and that's about it. There's nothing else to say. And they look very good. You saw those more micro plays coming out with the stuns, the shatters, the self-destruct combos, you know, everything coming out, and that's just nice to see. On the other side, though, we have to see a little bit more. I mean, Citizens, they might still be warming up a little bit, which is fine. I mean, it's a first point of control stage. You can still win the other two.
Some teams do take a little bit.
They did look a little bit shaky. It was mostly the ultimate economy that just couldn't get to go into their favor, and then when they invested a lot, they got no value out of it. So they really need to look a little bit better on that front, I think.
Yeah, and it's not like Citizens just laid down and rolled over for them. They tried different things. And speaking of different things, Sally Aries able to get high. Keep it's going to get traded out right away from Shiz. And Ain's going to get taken really low here, but not taken down fully. And Revolution have control of the point right now and are able to cap it, even with all of the players for Citizens around. But Rack Attack's able to get the opposing Zenyatta on Momo. And this Lucio is going to try to go in the backline for a boop here, not able to get it, but Purple's going to get taken out really low, and so is Jay and Shiz. Jay's going to be taken down first here by Ann on the Brigitte, excuse me, and Default's able to get high key there on the Brigitte, and right now there's that first control for Citizens right now.
Yeah, big swing in the fight there, basically due to Salieri. Yes, he would go down, but he took down, at least took a kill with him, and then Momo died afterwards. So the fact that Momo dies and then Salieri is almost back just gives them a 5v6 or 6v4 even in the situation, I think. So yeah, they just turned the fight back around. Salieri even finding the extra pressure. Oh, and Spade's going off the cliff. Still have the boosters already used. That's huge.
Oh my goodness. And Revolution fall right there, especially with that boop like you were talking about. And
yeah,
there's
Citizen showing up now.
Yeah,
they're ready. Didn't use ultimate for that, but neither team had to use ultimates for that. Another is going to be 6 on the board, almost for both teams. Seamless is the furthest away on 88%, and that's just like a few good bullets and maybe a boop, but you got it. So, ooh, early pick on Momo. That's
Rack Attack.
Got to get back to spawn. They're just gonna go back to spawn. They don't want to fight this without the Zenyatta. They'll be at such a damage disadvantage.
Yeah, it's going to be 6 ultimates on both sides, so if you can't do math, that's 12 ultimates in total.
That's quick math, Aaron.
Yeah, quick maths. Quick maths only here on the Watchers Brawl, but, you know, my grade 9 mathematics degree. But they really need to take this fight for them, and it looks like Citizens have just been able to get those early picks and just ran with it. But Revolution do have a chance here with both rallies going to be popped here from both sides, and they're going to go for this 80% for the side of Citizens. And here comes a Graviton Surge, and this is going to be a chance to pop it forward. And oh my god, Purple! Oh,
I mean,
it's forward.
It is sort of to be expected when you have them locked up in the graph and Shiz is already down. Because if Shiz is already down, that basically means that there's no shield to block any self-destruct follow, which is usually the thing that blocks it. See the graph on the other side? Don't know who it locks up. It locks up Purple, but they can't even touch the point, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, nicely done.
15.
I don't know how Skids died in that fight before that, because if he hadn't, that self-destruct never gets a 4K. It just doesn't happen. But yeah, he was dead, so no shield, only Zarya bubbles, and they don't block a whole lot. They block a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go to Well. This is the one. This is the one where you'll see the switches. You will not see the standard 3-3 ever here. It just doesn't happen.
No.
Instead, you might see some Hog, you might see some Winston. I see some Orisa. Orisa is the most popular main tank on this map by far, I think.
Yeah, and some Lucio, of course. The
Always Lucio.
Well is fun. It's got to be my favorite point in all of Overwatch.
Will we see the Torbjorn though? No, he switches back. That was a bait, 100%. I sort of knew it was a bait. I just wanted to highlight that it was a bait because I want to highlight that player that did it to us. But yeah, we're gonna see that that Orisa Roadhog setup versus the Dive Goat. So not a lot of switches on Citizen sides, more so on the other side of the Revolution. And Purple just gets taken out.
He gets centered off there and absolutely demolished, but they're not going to have center control at this point. They're just going to go for that little building there and see if they can control off that Brigadier. Not able to do it, and it looks like the Winston's going to try to go in for the backline as Salieri. And they're going to fight for this point. It looks like they're just taking control of that building, like I said, but finally going to work towards the point. And they're able to maneuver around, and oh, the first victim.
The picks are coming back.
Shiz. The first
Yeah,
victim,
I mean, they almost moving Ankro before, but that didn't come. Purple again, going to be D-Mac taken out. Hasn't really been doing much this round, only on 34% ult charge.
Yeah,
but they are able to stall it a little bit. Yeah, okay, so they will eventually take the point on the Revolution side, which we were expecting. But that boop and the other kill coming through from Camboyo, that was quite a big deal. We really weren't expecting that. But we're seeing a no switches yet from either side. So they keep being happy running into this with that Winston. But they have the Primal now, so that could really lead to something. He's going to go in deep.
It looks like he might go for the Primal, and he will go for it. And Shiz is able to take down Purple there, and Default's going to take a dive. And really, this fight is over, even if you don't use a Primal or with, and here comes a Diva Bomb. Diva Bomb's not able to capture anything, and there are 2 ults there from Revolution that they possibly didn't need to use. And that Primal Rage didn't really go that well. And that, I like to highlight that first attack, but it was really the maneuvering at the beginning of it inside that building that really caused it, because they kept going around and able to anaconda it basically, and able to just wrap it around and able to grab it. But speaking of grabbing it around here, yeah, there's a Transcendence to try to save them, and Ankro is able to get Seamoose there, and here comes the other Transcendence on the side. Rocket Attack's able to get Spades here, and this fight's nearly it looks like it's definitely going in the side right now.
Citizens, they will get it. Only 66% accrued, not a 99-0 start yet, but still 66 is nice. It's about 2 good fights, which is what they want. They want 2 good fights. And we'll see them go in here now. They're missing a lot of ultimates, so they might be switching off to something else. They will go over to that same 3-3 that they are running on the other side. And there are 6 ultimates almost up for them. They're Rack Attack on 78, but we know how quickly Xinyan does charge up that ultimate. Just a few orbs and he's on that 100% mark.
Yeah,
so they'll definitely be able. They should be able to win the first 2 fights.
Here comes a Grav and the Diva Bomb. There's 3 already without the Diva Bomb. Diva Bomb's not able to catch anything.
That ult.
Yeah, didn't even need it.
That's why you see a lot of teams not using it anymore as well, right? Because the Diva Bomb, yes, you can have that big combo, especially when there's a Winston on the other side, but you often don't need it. The rest of your damage is enough follow-up, and Diva can do a lot of damage on that herself, and they can use that bomb yourself to deny a lot of follow-up from the other team's grab, because then you zone them out. They can't smack into it with a Rhino or Biggie because they have to run away from the self-destruct.
Yeah, and here they go on both. Rel is going to be popped here, and the Primal Rage coming out from Salieri. Seamoose is going to be popping that sound barrier, by the way. Greatest name I've ever seen, Seamoose. But Momo is getting absolutely melted right now, not going to be going down, and so is High Key and Spades getting so low. Jay's able to get Salieri, and there's that Diva Bomb not able to catch anything yet again. And Salieri, that Winston out of this fight can be absolutely huge, and they're going to be charging this point right now. It's at 80% for the Citizens, 66 for the Revolution. Their Revolution's absolutely taking control right now of this fight, it looks like. And 2 near boops there. Spades is able to get 2 there, and High Key will be traded out though, but it doesn't look like it will really matter, as Revolution will be taking the point back. 96% to the Citizens, able to get some really nice percentage out of that and able to drag it on for a little bit longer, but 75% for Revolution right now.
Yeah, they even got that late pick on Ankro, which is a big deal, but we're going to be seeing a little bit of an old stalemate, but the biggest deal is no support ultimates on the side of Citizens. How are they ever going to fight against this? I don't know, but they do have some offensive tools of their own. Shiz immediately going to be hacked.
Graviton Surge, and there's a Transcendence as well, and Shiz nearly gets hit into the well. Diva Bomb's not able to catch anything, and here comes Graviton Surge coming in from Jay, and the Diva Bomb as well with it. This could be, oh my goodness.
That is bubble play.
The bubble really saved them there. Salieri's able to get 1. That's going to be Momo, but the 2 kills are going to be coming in. Purple's going to get demeched, and Salieri's just going to get melted. And this is going to be the last fight of Ilios, and it is going to be in the favor of Revolution. They will take Ilios, and they are up 1-0, 1-0 in the series. And kind of what we expect, some high-level Overwatch, and something I want to highlight.
Awesome.
Yeah, and they never went in the same. They kind of went the same way a couple of times, but they really tried to differentiate things when they knew it wasn't really working. I mean, here they didn't really have the choice. But, oh, purple. Yeah. If Shiz, like I said earlier, if Shiz didn't go down there, that was definitely not a 4K. And that kind of shifted it around because there's that Graviton Surge and that Diva Bomb kind of wasted with nothing really coming out of it. But since Shiz went down, and that might have been something that they communicated, hey, Shiz is down, the Reinhardt's down, we can go ahead and throw this in there, and it's a free fight win. And they did, and it absolutely worked perfectly. But they also never really went in the same way. They wanted to go different ways, and they really highlighted that. And
yeah, very much so. And you know, we're gonna have a little bit of a breather because we have a little restart coming in. We will once again see Paris being banned. We've gone over this a few times. I don't need to repeat it. Paris is gonna get picked a little bit more now than it used to be. I used to always say you don't have to ban Paris because no one's gonna pick it. But with the new meta right now, it's definitely a possibility. A lot of teams will go there with the bunker comps, and you know, some teams don't want to practice that a lot or practice against it a lot. So that means you'll just ban out Paris so you don't have to play against it. But then when Citizens picks Hollywood, you can kind of tell that they might want to play that style regardless. Because Hollywood, very good map for it, and with the hero ban and picks coming in now, that could very well lead to that composition being a lot stronger.
yeah, and you definitely want the composition that you're a lot stronger with, and like you said, the hero bans will be coming in, and that's going to be one of the major parts of this, and Brig will be saved. You know, my main hero, you know, Brig jail, that's a thing, Brig prison, whatever you want to say. We've been fed, we've been kept pretty well kept, and they'll be selecting defense first, is the Revolution, and Citizens, they'll be banning Orisa here.
Interesting. Yeah. So they like Hollywood as a map, but apparently they don't like the bunker style composition. That's okay. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
They might also want to go for some. The other thing I can think of is that Citizens might want to play a more DPS style composition, and then Orisa is a better defense against that. So if you only run the Reinhardt, etc., you'll eventually just get broken by DPS. But yeah, then again, they're both pretty good 3-3 teams, so there's no reason for them to not play it. And while we had a little bit of tease from Pokemon Panda coming in saying that maybe that will play a role, the hero ban and save, it might just not. They might just want to play 3-3 as much as possible. And then just the hero bans just don't matter at that point. Because if both teams want to play the same composition, they're going to save and ban the same heroes that don't matter for those compositions all the time.
Yeah, definitely the role hero is playing a factor, and you know, maybe they're just such, like, they want to take teams out of their comfort zone, practicing that bunker composition on Hollywood. Maybe they just want to do something different and try to throw a team out of their element, because most teams kind of expect to go with a bunker composition, but teams do practice other things than that. They don't just go with straight meta. Yeah,
Hollywood is still a very acceptable to go like just a normal 3-3 on defense. Like a bunker composition is definitely not a meta there, like as strongly as it is on Paris. Because on Paris first, the first point choke and the high ground in front of it. Yeah, exactly. It's so much better. It's so much better if it's set up there. Whereas in Hollywood, there's more routes of approach. You can sort of like get past the bunker, run around it, get a lot closer with a lot more cover than you can on Paris. That is just not as popular here. It's still very popular, don't get me wrong, but the 3-3 defense is definitely something a lot of teams will still run. So will Revolution. I mean, we were kind of expecting them to do so when they saved the break, but
yeah,
also they look very good on it. They showed so far they have not really been beaten on that composition. Well, they were in Ruins a little bit, but
yeah, but they haven't been the high ground.
Yeah, they haven't definitively been beaten on it enough to warrant a swap up. So we'll see the same matchup we saw in the last map: 3-3 versus 3-3. This time it's on Hollywood, so the high ground on the defense is a little bit stronger.
Yeah, two high school teams playing 3-3 should be very interesting. And Momo's gonna get a really nice headshot there onto Camboyo. He tries to get aggressive there, and they're just gonna push with it. And it's gonna be a fight reset for sure. Skiz is gonna be going down by Salieri, and that early pick there onto Camboyo as he tried to get aggressive absolutely did not work.
They just put them back into daycare until their parents pick them up again. No, they're just, this is what you see from Goats teams, like when versus another Goats team. If they get that first pick and they have the ability to run towards into them, that especially happens when you kill their Lucio, because your speed advantage is bigger, so you can keep chasing them until they get to spawn and keep picking people off, so they never get a 6v6 re-engage. until you let them. So now a
Yeah.
minute just passed, and they haven't even gone through the gate yet.
No, not at all. And they're gonna be going through the control. It looks like the
Another
Diva.
one.
And Momo able to get it again. Like you said, another one. That's gonna be on Rack Attack. The opposite is Zenyatta. Momo again getting Salieri. And they're gonna push through this yet again, sending them back to daycare, like you said. But this has been domination by Momo, getting those picks and those really nice shots, and the ultimate advantage.
Well,
so
you know,
much
the attacker spawn room here is a movie theater, so maybe there's like a 101 guide on how to play goats. So every single time they go back to spawn, they learn a new tip. Maybe you watch a cartoon video. I don't know what they do, but yeah, they're gonna try again. They have some ultimates on both sides, but definitely looks to be a defender favorite. And once again, first pick coming from Revolution.
Yeah, Skiz able to get that nice fire strike onto Rack Attack, and Momo yet again gonna be involved here. And everyone's gonna get involved, take a piece of the pie. Says Revolutions, everyone grabs a little bit there, and yet again pushing them back to the spawn and hoping that they watch that instructional video.
Purple's even gonna be staggered out a little bit more. It was taken out of mech very late. But if Skiz is waiting for this flank shatter, is he gonna get that off? It looks like it. That's a big one.
Oh, that's gonna be 4 of them. A grand slam of it. Momo, Simu, Skiz, Jay, all getting kills in there, and Purple's gonna be gunned down there by Skiz with the nice fire strike again. And that's something that kind of a very simple thing, but it's huge, is the fire strikes at such a higher level. You can hit them from farther distances. So like if you're in Platinum, you do not hit the same fire strikes as you would in Grandmaster, as some of these players are. Skiz has definitely shown that, especially here on Hollywood. But they'll be going through that room there, and they have so many ultimates, and here comes one of them, and another. The sound barrier from both teams, and the Earth Shatter, and there's gonna be the ultimate jambalaya, as I like to call it. Salieri's gonna be able to get one of those fire strikes into high key, and the Transcendence is still on Rack Attack, and here comes a Diva Bomb. Diva Bomb able to get one there on a Camboyo. Salieri and Default also falling, and everyone is just going to fall. It's like the Roman Empire right now. It is just, where is it gone? And 35 seconds left.
But it's such a shame as well, because yes, they had a good graph, they had a good follow up and things, etc. And there was a good charge out from Salieri, but they just couldn't get the right picks. Like things like you want to always get that Zarya and that Diva out, because then they can't use their ultimates, and both of their ultimates definitely got some value there. So Spades is going to go in again, trying to boot that team apart. Has been doing it every single time. But now they have the rally. They're going to be together, going to be grouped up here, and this is where the fights are coming in. Both shatters coming out.
Both shatters, and here comes the Transcendence. Momo and Jay is able to get 2 here, and Skiz, and this is going to be it. They're not even going to be able to get a tick. This is
huge defense.
Hold. Not even able to get 1 percentile. That is what you call a defense without a bunker comp.
Yeah, but I mean, that's exactly what we're looking at, right? So this is adding to that, like this was Citizens map pick. They wanted to go here, and now you see why that didn't really work out for them. And now we're gonna see if they have maybe something special planned on defense. So they're expecting like a full hold or something, because it could still be a draw. Don't get me wrong, it's still possible.
Oh, that would be insane.
But it would be amazing, to be honest, because like that's what you really don't have a series.
Both sides.
But that was not looking anywhere near as close as it was at Ilios. And the big deal about that is people would think like, yeah, but they did so well at Ilios. It was so close there. Is that this is not a symmetrical map. You'll be on the defense. You'll have a positional advantage when the enemy team tries to walk in, get into a position to attack you, get to the point. But that's just what happens, right? And that's just something you have to deal with. And it's very different. And also, you know, we heard it from Pokemon Panda. He said, yeah, we're going to adapt to the other team. We're going to see what they do, how they do it, and attack on that merit. And then you know, we will have a better understanding. As further we go through the game, the better we understand the other team, which is normal. I mean, obviously, you know, you learn from your mistakes, you learn from what the other does. And it definitely looks like it always feels like they've got them figured out already. There were a few good picks coming in, though, like Momo getting like the first pick in 3 fights or something, which is just
that's insane.
But still, there was a lot going on there. So happy to see that Citizens is making a little bit of a switch. Not necessarily saying that they needed to. They could also just have switched up the way they play the composition. But they're going to come out with Rack Attack on the Ana this time. So this anti-nades, especially from that high ground, could be really big.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going to go in for this right now, and Spades is going to be on that Diva. That can be a huge for them, and they need to get some early damage. And they're going to be going for the same hold as Revolution did. And there's a huge anti, and Salieri Purple able to get the opening picks here, and that should be it for this fight, it looks like. And
they're not going to get much more than that.
Yeah, no. Control room is not working for either team right now. It doesn't look
They
like.
will clean up Spades late as well, because it's just maybe another second. And there was a little bit of a quicker defense that we saw coming out from Revolution in their first fight. But still, there will be about a minute gone by the time they get to go for another attack.
Yeah, which is something you do not want. And
it's basically the same. It's basically the same first defense that we saw. The only difference is that we had an on the other side, and there's a little bit less ult charge being charged as well.
Yeah, and that's something that you need. But yeah, with the ult charge here, because you can go for it, and it looks like they're going to be going through the staircase, a 3-person anti, which is huge, and both the supports are going to go down, and that should be it for this fight again. And okay, are we actually possible? I don't want to jinx it.
It's very possible.
Are we?
We're not jinxing it, but it's possible. I mean, we've seen the same thing happening. We've seen the same thing happening. It's just a different approach, right? So, whereas on the other side, it was mostly Momo getting first picks, and then what was it? Spades doing a lot of like first boops, doing very well, splitting them apart a bit. This time it's just Rack Attack getting the right anti-nades in, and that just leads to picks every single time.
Yeah, and you need that
another
space.
one.
Salieri is able to get 2 there. Talk about opening picks. How about 2 of them? 3 of them, and yet again another fight.
But it just shows you how easy it's been going for Anas nowadays. I mean, you see that Matrix, Spades is definitely there. It's like, we're not going to get anti-nade this time. But it's only up for 2 seconds, and then when it's gone, there's at least a 2-second window where it cannot be used, in which you can easily aim that anti-nade, make sure it lands on the proper target, especially if there's a roof above their head. Like, it's not even shieldable. So that's just exactly what keeps happening. Through the nano into Salieri, you just got to swing on the people with the Fire Strike and just straight away kill 2. So yeah, this is rinse and repeat, and now they have 1 minute 40 left. They're gonna have one more good push, and they last about as long as they do. And they really don't. They only start getting a few ultimates because Seamus hasn't been getting that much healing in with all those empty nades.
Yeah, and here's the thing: they possibly could go for some fake ultimates here. Both rallies gonna be popped here, and there's the antis again. Salieri's able to get Momo here, and no ultimates other than rallies will be popped here. And like I said, they possibly could have tried to get some ultimates popped out, maybe out of fear, or just trying to get some to win that fight early on, and then pop some ultimates the next fight. But Revolution did not do any of that, and this is so sad.
And it's gonna be 50 seconds. 50 seconds until that.
How is this happening?
Yeah, they're gonna get in. Like I said, 45 seconds. Maybe 40 seconds even by the time they're all there. This is going to be the last proper fight, and there are all the ultimates now. They've got all the same ultimates. The biggest difference is there's an extra defensive ultimate for the attackers, and that's huge when you have that nano.
Yeah,
but no, when Entrance doesn't come out!
Oh, Momo!
Momo's down!
Oh, there's going to be a trade there onto Camboyo, and it's not... And the ultimate Jambalaya yet again going to be full. And Rack Attack, but Haiki's going to get traded out here. And this is going to be a huge, but Salier's able to get Skiz and Haiki.
Spades is there. Spades is still there. They need to get Spades out of the mech. Then they got a huge advantage here. But Spades is going to fly out. No, gets demeched. That is huge. No, that won't be there. There is a Transcendence, but there's still a sound barrier there.
They need to get on the point, and they're finally going to be able to contest here.
But they don't have the numbers. They already lose 2 supports. Spades isn't there.
Oh my god, we just saw a double full hold.
If I'm not mistaken, we have rules for this. So we were prepared for this. We know what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure they're doing a best of 1 on Busan or something. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So I'm just gonna double check that with our lovely producer here. But yeah, that is wow.
That is.
There's what you can say about that. But now we gotta kind of start reassessing how balanced the map Hollywood is, and we're already, reassessing that for some other maps. But I think a big deal of it is just we have a certain composition that's been very good lately, and teams has gotten so good at it that certain maps you just can't win. It's just impossible. Yeah. So when we have a draw, which is happened, 1 round of Busan will be played. It will obviously be a random Busan. At least that's what it used to be, but we might just keep going.
Then would it be?
Sorry. The draw. I think the draw is when we. So if it ends up being a 2-2 right now for both of these teams, so if they play 5 maps and then it's a 2-2 essentially, that's when we go to the Busan tiebreaker. For now, we're just going through.
Is it 1-1?
That's
or
fine.
Is it
That's no
2-1 right
problem.
now?
It is 1-1. No, it's 0-0. I think. I don't know. Actually, let me see.
Because Revolution won the last map, the map before, on Ilios.
Yeah. But like a victory, draw, or defeat is not like a draw. Just doesn't count as a point. So you get a point for a map win and no points for a map loss or a draw.
So it's basically just a out map.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna be on the same we're gonna have the same thing going on, where Citizens gets to pick a map and then they both get to they get the save a hero on Revolution side and then ban one on Citizen side. It's the same thing. Yeah, they're gonna go to Anubis. Interesting choice. Once again, I'd like to see something interesting happen with the hero picks and bans here. But we might just see a 3-3 matchup constantly because we've seen these teams be so good at these 3-3s. And I like that adaptation from Citizens as well, saying like, yeah, we can do that straight drop down. We can even make it easier for ourselves, just throw an anti-nade in there every single time. Because, you know, and the thing is, you think it's easy now throwing those anti-nades down on attacking Goats teams? It's going to be even easier with the Diva nerf coming through next patch. Like, that's going to come through. It might actually come through tomorrow, because obviously we see the event end tomorrow and then, you know, the patch day. So it could be that we see that starting to happen tomorrow. That's going to be a big deal for both of these teams and for a lot of teams in general. Other bunker buffs coming in. I'm very interested in what's going to happen, but we're going to see what the impact is of this.
By the way, quick update: Brig has been saved and defense will be picked on the side of Revolution.
And Harissa is banned once again, so we see no changes. It's not a problem. I mean, it's not a problem because Anubis, once again, you can run that bunker composition very well on defense. It's essentially almost the same setup as you have on the Paris map, only there is a high ground above it and there's 2 escape routes on the sides, which you can use to get into a better position to attack the bunker. But yeah, it still could be a very strong bunker defense. So it's very nice that we don't see the Orisa. At least it could be. But yeah, Anubis. I'm guessing we're just going to see 3-3. We might see a Winston on defense because that's just been sort of been a thing. Winston in general has been very popular on this map over the Reinhardt because high ground is more popular to play around on this map. Whether you're on Goats or not, the high ground is just very strong, and Winston can be very well used to either knock people off there or at least attack things on there together with a Diva. So that's why I'm expecting it to maybe be a Winston on either side. But we'll see what happens. You mostly see it on the defense because they might expect some sort of DPS style lineup, but could very well be that we see something else coming out. I mean, don't look at the attack composition.
Yeah.
You know that's not how we do. We look at the defenders first, and we do see that Winston come out, like I said. Winston just has a very nice time just using high grounds to zap down on his opponents, just jump around a little bit, use his bubble in a nice fashion. Obviously, it will mean that the attackers will have an easier time shattering if they run at Reinhardt, but doesn't necessarily mean that they will get it off all the time. So, Primal Rage can be very big. We once again see the Ana come out from Momo this time, because obviously Ana has a very long sight line, can just stay far away from danger and just shoot from there. But that will mean they have no second defensive ultimate. They will only have the nano boost for one target. Yeah, and the attack, it's the quad DPS.
Pharmacy.
You do see it come out. This is why you run the Winston.
Finally.
Yeah, so this is why you run the Winstons. You have a little bit more tools to work against that DPS composition. There's so much coming out. Default has a free perch to shoot from, and then there's just the Pharah coming in from the high ground. They're in that bunker. They don't even have the Winston in there. The Winston's out in no wins land.
Such a fast-paced composition coming in from them, and Haiki's able to get a nice early pick there on a Salieri though. That can be huge on that. Hammond and Purple's also going to be going down here, and that should be that fight over and done with right there.
They were able to just poke down Salieri low enough that they were confident to just speed boost just speed boost Heike out of there to stun the Hammond up and kill him off.
Yeah.
Now we have an Insta side coming out. Look how much damage Default's done. Is he Salieri adapting to that last stun play?
Yeah, adaptation has been the key during this series so far, and they're going to be going in for this. And Barrage is gonna be popped here. Rack Attack's able to get 2 there, and Skiz is able to get Camboyo though, and there's that Pharmacy down, but 3 down on the side of Revolution. I believe that's Revolution. Yeah.
We do protect our spawn advantage here, obviously, so even if they lose numbers, they'll be back quicker. It's only Simu's left now. I don't think they'll be able to sustain this, but they might try and come back in. Jay's already coming forward to at least get some ult charge on that Sombra that he's now got. But yeah, let's see if we can get anything. Choose a few bullets up to 10%. That's basically only passive charge. You got like 3 bullets into Ankro there. Are they gonna switch off this on the? Yeah, they're gonna go over to the goats, and they're gonna keep running the Sombra because obviously they have that EMP. And on the defense, they should know that the EMP is online. I think they'll keep skits on the Winston because the primal rage is such a good tool. But he might be able to get a lot of value out of that when he's hacked up.
Yeah, you definitely want to get some value out of it. And would you be surprised to see a Roadhog switch after that primal rage?
Yes, I would. It would just be a Reinhardt.
Here comes the primal rage. Speaking of it, but there's a huge 4-person hack, and Skiz is getting very low even with the primal up and not able to capitalize on any of that EMP. Momo's actually going to get hacked here, and Rack Attack's getting very low but not able to get anything out of it. Here comes a sound barrier from Revolution, and they're pushing them off the point. Jay's going to get hacked here, so that means no bubble is going to be coming on, and High Key takes down Rack Attack, and defense is holding strong right now. It looks
Purple's
like
another EMP already. That's so fast.
What?
He's just used it. I mean, he won't be able to really use it to get value out of it right now. It will be in the future. I don't know if they're ready for another EMP already. So that's interesting, and especially when there's now almost a 6 ult bank coming out. They might just play a little bit slow, wait for default's ultimate, and then just go in hard. Because once again, there's no defensive ultimate anymore on the defense now. They just use the sound barrier. Momo's still on that Moira. So while Moira, yes, it puts out a little bit of healing, a little bit of damage on that Moira ult, it's not the same as a Transcendence or a sound barrier. It will not protect you against a self-destruct or anything like that. Even though there's a self-destruct online, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. And here comes the primal rage on the side of Skiz, able to get another one. Pretty fast ultimate charge coming out of here.
Yeah, but he's already used it now, and he's not really doing anything with it. He's just going to run back to spawn. So over to that Reinhardt.
Able to get 3 there on the side of purple. Zombie is going to be popped here, and there's
nice
Earth Shatter. It's able to get 2. Yeah, Default and Rack Attack able to get some kills, and Salieri is going to be coming in with it. And this attack is looking absolutely brilliant right now, taking control of the point.
Just the Lucio bouncing for the stall.
Lucio.
But that's a lot of stall already being done, so they could come back, and they have the graph to do some damage with, even though Rack Attack still has a Transcendence.
Nice bash there by the Brigitte. Make sure there's no charge going to be coming in here, and there's a Transcendence. Try to hold it down. Default's able to get Momo, and it's really just going to be a stagger here to try to stall it out. 3:45 left in this, and this defense could make a comeback, but it's not looking likely at all.
Heike's trying so hard, but he keeps missing the targets. Like every single time. We just like almost got it, and then, you know, Salieri just charged at the wrong time, and then someone else, and then just moves around a bit. A little bit annoying, but that's fine. You know, sometimes it happens. I think there was also a lot of work being done to just constantly being hacked up when they could hack him. So nice attack there. It took them a little bit longer than it wanted to. 2 pushes needed on A, and the second one took taking a little bit long as well. Also 2 pushes needed on B, but on B, that was just always a little bit of a staggered fight. So they do get 3 minutes 39 for the next attack. Another thing that will change in the next patch, they would only have 2 minutes 39 in that case. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen on the defense now, because will Revolution also run something DPS heavy, or are you just going to go with the straight GOATS matchup? That's obviously the big question here. Yeah,
the GOATS matchup has been absolutely big so far in this game, in this series so far, as both teams are excellent on GOATS, but who do you feel like has the advantage running GOAT so far in this matchup?
I think with the straight up GOATS, with just vanilla GOATS, most of the time it has been Revolution. I mean, we can say that, but then again, you know, when we went to Ruins, that sort of turned around. But in the first vanilla fights, usually it has been Revolution winning that out. But we're not going to be seeing a straight GOATS matchup here. It won't happen until maybe we get to point 2, if we get there, obviously. So right now we'll see the same defense coming out from Citizens as we saw from Revolution earlier. They'll have the Winston and the Ana, so no Zenyatta, no Reinhardt. On the attack, they just run the straight up goats, but not exactly, because they will actually run that Winston. So the only real difference is the Zenyatta versus the Ana, and maybe the anti-nades will get the same value as we saw in Hollywood, and those were big anti-nades, so
huge.
could very much be a downfall here.
Yeah, they're gonna go into the left side or left-handed room, and like you said, it's Ana just gonna be playing in the back line, just gonna be trying to get that damage, and there's a good chance of that. And there's a huge 4% anti-nade, not able to get anything with it. Seamus is getting really low, and so is Skiz. Sailor is gonna be put to half, but not put down. And they're just gonna be going through this side room. And this default
anti-nade, that's huge.
Yeah, again, High Key's getting very low and finally taken down, but there is a trade on the Salieri. Momo able to get that pick there, and they're just stalling them out in the side corridor, losing that tank on Salieri. Not Salieri, sorry, but Skiz, and looks like they're finally gonna go for a push here. And there goes Skiz in the back lines, and they're just gonna try to push him up the stairs and back off of it.
Oh, what a nice anti-nade kill once again. There's the grab.
And Skiz able to get purple, and
yeah, they're starting to get some kills on both sides though, and it's usually the attacker's favor, but then you need to keep trading, and they're not trading that right now, so they're definitely getting it out. What you saw happening there a lot for quite a while is that Skiz was sort of staying near the middle, so what they were doing is sort of going for that pincer attack where Skiz jumps in from the middle or from the back. Eventually he jumped in from the back room and jumped all the way on the platform regardless. But this is such a long stagger on the spades. He's got his Mac back, but they'll just finish him off here.
Yeah,
that's so brutal. That's like that's almost 30 seconds extra actually. That's a lot. Skid's using the primal rage now even. They're trying to just put Salieri back into their own spawn in order to be able to kill him off. Salieri manages to get out. There's the grab though. This could be
and the
huge.
Diva Bomb. Able to get one there.
It's a counter bomb.
Oh well, yeah, but Purple and Salieri are gonna be going down here on the defense, and that's definitely gonna prompt a pusher. But another anti. There's the rally and the nano with the graviton surge not able to get anything out of it, and the Diva Bomb not able to get anything. High Key's able to get Incro, and Giz able to get Camboyo, and this has just been a total domination right now of this fight.
I feel that was a little bit of a misplay there from Citizens, because they went for this aggressive play where they really didn't need to. I feel they just got the stagger on the spade, so you can argue like, yeah, you can go a little bit aggressive, but Salieri was almost in their spawn with that primal rage. That's just too far. I mean, there's far and there's too far, and now they're a little bit of an old disadvantage. Mostly that Transcendence is going to be huge. But the Salieri is close to a primal, so there's definitely some stall potential. At least there's not this big burst in damage that's coming out from the attackers.
Yeah, you definitely do not want that, because then you're not able to really stagger kind of. And Spades is able to take down Salieri, and Rectax getting absolutely melted by Spades, and he's able to get a double so far in this fight. And the attackers are looking absolutely brilliant right now, as they're gonna try to hold them back right now. That Transcendence is, or sorry, not Transcendence, but the rally is gonna be popped there. And here comes a Transcendence and the rally from the side of Incro, and as my dog walks into the room, and the Graviton Stairs is going to be popped there, and Salieri is going to be taken down from Spades, and Demon's not able to get anything from the side of Spades, and Incro is able to take down High Key on the opposing Brigitte, and the trade on from Salieri going to go onto that Hammond, and Jay is able to take down Camboyo, but the trade is going to be coming on to Momo. And this fight has just been brawling out right now. They're so close to capturing this point.
Yeah, they won't get it. They will not get it for the simple reason that kills came out. Haikyuu is the first to fall, which was already a big deal. And then there was the sound barrier from Camboyo, the graph from default, and those are just things that eventually will clean at least 1 or 2 kills up for you. And that's sometimes all you need on the defense. When your entire team is finally respawned, then all you need is 1 or 2 picks, and then you have the numbers advantage and the spawn advantage combined. So it's already looking like at least a smaller time bank for Revolution, if they're even going to cap the point, because now they're really going to get into the hard part of it. They don't have ultimates, at least not a lot. They have Skid's Primal almost, and they're going to fight into almost another grab from default. He is so charged.
Yeah, and that's definitely not what you want to run to, a charged Zarya with that. And Jay has really done pretty well so far in this game, but here comes both rallies, and the Transcendence going to be popped as well. Big. Yeah, and Salieri is able to take down Momo. And that should be this fight gone yet again. More time wasted right now. And Salieri is gonna push up, and so is.
But that's so huge though, because the Rec Attack uses that Transcendence there, because I don't think they needed to, and now there won't be a graph counter. I mean, they won't even have a sound barrier yet, so Jay's graph could be really huge in this next fight if they get it off, because they have the Transcendence of their own. So even if they're counter graph, it doesn't matter. They'll be able to live, and the other team will. They have a Reinhardt shield, but that might just not save them. Curious to see how that one goes.
There's a not the graviton. There's the earth.
It's a huge shatter.
Yeah, shatter. Able to get 2 there, not able to capitalize from it. Sadly, Aries able to get. Been going down very early in some of these fights, and Purple's able to take down High Key and default as well. Going to be able to get those, and just the kills going to be coming out from Citizens.
But they needed that. They needed that fight win, because now they'll have a sound barrier up. They might even get Transcendence up in time if Rec Attack can do some good long range damage. So they might have the tools to fight back against the Graviton and the Self Destruct. Salieri is almost to another shatter. You just used it, obviously. And it looks like they will have both support ultimates for the next one. So making a very nice move on Citizens there, choosing to go for that aggressive route in order to build those up again.
Yeah, and here comes the rally going to be coming off from High King, going over to the left corridor. I'm going to be trying to make a push onto this point, but they're going to be recognized over here and met by Salieri. And Salieri's not able to get that Earth Shatter that they need, and there's that Sound Barrier going to be popped as well in the Graviton Surge, and the Ultimate Jambalaya as well going to be coming out here, and Transcendence as well, and that Diva Bomb's not able to catch anything, and the rally is going to be fading, and all the ultimates are gone for the side of Citizens right now. Actually, Default does have his Graviton Surge, but yeah. And Spade's able to take down Salieri.
We'll see the counters come out continuously, and it's just a 1-for-1 trade, and they need to get more here on the attack. They need to get them quicker, because this is just a fight that, while it goes on, the better it is for the defense, because they're just going to be back quicker. Salieri just switches over to the right to Winston. He has time to get back. He doesn't need to go to the Wrecking Ball, so they're just gonna keep cleaning this up. Momo's going very low. Skits is going very low. Jay's very low, and now they've won it. They've got them all. Only 50 seconds left. Yes, they got to 94.7%. But you need to get to that 100, and now that's even gonna, if they get it, are they gonna be able to get it before overtime? Because it looks like they won't be able to, and that is a really tough ask to still win this one.
That is insane, because they used all of their ultimates early on in that fight, and only
they will have a lot back. They will have a lot back though, so they will have a Graviton Surge, they'll have a Rally, Self-Destruct, they'll have both support ultimates. Skits is a little bit away, but it Shadow charges really quickly. So if there's ever a fight they were able to win, this should be the one. There's only a Transcendence and maybe a Self-Destruct on the other side, and yeah, they should be able to clean they should be able to do something here, but is it going to be enough?
Exactly, will it be enough is the question. Here comes a Sound Barrier from Seamoose, and
the graph whiffs.
Both sides. Neither Diva Bomb able to get anything in the rally. Apart from High Key was not able to do a good bit of healing there from Camboyo. Pops that Sound Barrier is going to be fading. Here comes the Primal Rage. Is not able to. It's able to get one actually. Skid is going to be going down. Here comes that Graviton Surge. Not going to be able to capitalize from it. And there's that Transcendence finally going to be fading here. And Riley, the last one of the last ultimates left in Skiz. And wow, how?
I mean, if there was any real way to be able to get picks there, the biggest deal they had was the Graviton, and Jay just threw it against the pillar with no Citizens members close enough. So that was a complete whiffed Graviton, and then the Self-Destruct just zones them out a little bit. Salieri takes down Skid so that with a Primal Rage, they are able to zone him off from the rest of the team, and it's just all these things that are continuously happening. It's this chain of events, so they're expecting to be able to follow up on Jay's graph, but then Jay's graph doesn't get anyone, so that means Skids is too far forward with nothing to really follow up on. That means that Salieri can boop him further into his team while Purple throws the Self-Destruct to the other team, and it's all these plays that is in a chain of events that if that Graviton hits, that Self-Destruct goes in a different way. Salieri might be caught up in that graph, so all these different plays that Citizens are now able to make, they might not have been able to make or couldn't have made while that grab was out. So it's a very different fight you're looking at. They have to use resources to defend against it, and then they're sort of spent, and then Revolution can walk over them, and that just didn't happen. They also used a very early Sound Barrier and Rally for Revolution, which they had to get to the point somehow, obviously, but they might have not needed to use it that early. So again, all these plays coming back and forth, and now Citizens drew it back. So it's a 1-1. and we had one draw as well. So if we're gonna get to that 2-2 mark, we might actually see a draw situation come out.
Yeah,
it's
Busan.
possible.
Yeah.
Busan best of one, or is it just I mean that's
Yeah.
the thing. In case of a but this is a map draw. It does say in case of a map draw. Oh well, it's fine. I'll let Refuse deal with that one. That's why we have a producer and an admin. I'll just see what happens. But we'll see the next map come out. First the map ban. Obviously, we've already seen Paris, Junkertown be banned. This time Dorado is going to be banned. So they really don't want to play these what's it called? These escort maps.
Yeah. Escort.
Let me see. What's the last one that's in the pool? Could
not
very
know.
well be.
What?
So we have Iconwald, Oasis, Lijiang, and Hanamura still in there. Hanamura obviously cannot be played because, well, it's we just had an
Yeah.
assault map in the last series.
Yeah.
We saw that you cannot play the same map type that you just played. Gonna go to Iconwald.
Yep.
Lovely map, honestly. I mean, if there's ever a map that I like seeing, it's Iconwald. Very happy that it's in the pool this time around. It might actually be better than King's Row in some ways. I know that's a very outrageous statement to make, but there are maps that can be better than King's Row in certain situations in the current meta. I definitely think that Iconwald and Numbani are better maps, especially Iconwald than King's Row. So
Yeah. And
yeah, I what I want to see is, are they going to go to anything else than 3-3? Because we know the highest level of play, even though it's Iconwald, will still usually stick to it because of the old rotations and like the way the map progresses and just the general, when you play goats, you will eventually win, that sort of situation. So your point control will be better. Ana is saved from the side of Revolution, from the side of Citizens,
and
they're
they're
gonna
gonna go on
start on defense. That's why I was confused. I saw them in blue. And now Revolution's gonna ban something. I don't know what they're gonna ban though. They banned Farah. I don't think the thing is, we don't know if Farah was ever going to be on the table, right? Because both of these teams have continuously been playing 3-3, like 3-3 variations. So the chances of something DPSy coming out were very slim. Besides maybe a Sombra, that's always a possibility. So
Yeah.
Curious to see whether Citizens might play something more DPS-like, because they have done that on Anubis on their first attack, like first point attack.
And
But it could be that they don't want to still. I mean, it's Iconwald. It's possible, I guess. But there's no Farah coming out, which is probably the strongest DPS in that formation on Iconwald. She's sort of necessary to do that, give that extra dimension of attacking. She's the only one that can really attack from above.
yeah. By the way,
we'll see.
By the way,
What have we not talked about, Ares? I know. There's not something we haven't talked about, and we haven't smoothly transitioned towards. So
I'm about to. I was
do
waiting
it quickly.
for you to finish your
15
rant.
seconds. Let's go.
All right. Oh, if you're on DLive, go on and head over onto Twitch. And you know what? Hit us with the Twitch Prime. Hit us with the Twitch sub tier one. Thank you guys, everyone who's subscribed so far. Hit us with a rate or whatever you guys would like to do. Thank you so much for that. And go ahead and go down into the description on Twitch. I don't think we have this on DLive yet. I'm trying to do this as fast as possible because of 50 seconds. I got 1.5 seconds. But go ahead and go vote for your MVP of the match. We played 3 matches so far. We're going into the fourth. And we're going to have 5 matches maybe so far. Whew. It's 1-1 in the series, but you know what? Go ahead.
If it's you know what, too long didn't read. Please like and subscribe, and please vote for someone as MVP. That's basically it. If you're on DLive, just go over to Twitch, vote on it, go back to DLive. We won't tell. It's fine. We love DLive as much as we love Twitch, but Twitch gives us MVP polls, so that's why we have it there. But we're going to see this 3-3 defense with the Ana, says Anyata. We've seen Rack Attack doing amazing on this Ana, so could definitely prove to be a very strong tool. I might think that they lost the first point at Anubis just because they overextended a little bit. They might have been able to get a full hold otherwise with that Ana. But we'll see the standard 3-3 coming out on the attack, so they're again have to play against this Ana. That's been so pivotal.
Yeah, and going against this hold right now, it looks like they're just going to back up and try to hold this point. By the way, the teams have been flipped. Citizens is in the blue. And not Revolution, jeez. Yeah, Revolution, my bad. Yeah, our teams today have been insane.
Don't worry, Heike going down early though. We're gonna get into this
Yeah.
first fight, and first pick going over to the defense. They're gonna give a little bit of point control. They actually give a tick away. Who are they chasing? Were they chasing Seamoose? They gave 2 ticks away. Why?
Oh no, why? But
Maybe they felt like they were missing too much healing, but I don't know why. Purple wasn't getting healed up, but he was low.
yeah, here comes the Earth Shatter, but
Okay.
This is interesting.
That was a strange fight, because it looks like
Still kinda
Citizens is
is.
losing that. Momo
Because-
using an early Transcendence now, which I don't know why.
Haiki's
This
able to
is
get 2.
okay.
What is
There's a lot I
this?
can do. Like a lot I can do to talk about this, right? Because the fight's over now. But that was just strange. So the first fight comes out. They kill Haiki straight away. They get another pick, and then they sort of walk away from the point and just give 2 ticks up, and they try to re-engage and just lose the fight. I don't really know what happened there. It's a bit odd. But we'll see them just jump down from the high ground now. Celieri already at the door. They're gonna hold them close. They'll have a grab without a sound barrier or a transcendence on the other side. So this is gonna be huge. Nice nano.
Oh, here comes the rally and the grab.
Okay,
grab.
8.
Able to-
They ate the
They-
grab for defense. Oh my god. They don't even need their own now.
Oh, that's sad.
And now they can just hold and respawn. It's like, even if they come out, we just use a grab and we win. Oh, this is gonna be huge. And this is a fun map already. This has not been traditional, like, the traditional matchup. There's things happening that we cannot really explain. And that means that Ghost is not boring, guys. We can promise you it's not. But, yeah, huge grab. Gets up
Yeah, the
Shiz.
grab
Shiz going
Surgeon.
down.
Yeah, Salieri's able to get a nice fire strike there on the Skiz, and Jay's gonna be going down as well. And as a play-by-play caster, this has been hard. I'm just gonna
It's hard for me as well. I can promise you that. What I can also promise you is that the next fight looks to be going to Revolution's favor because they've got the ultimates to work with. Both defensive, almost got the grab. There's nothing on the other side that can really counter that. They might be able to do something with the self-destruct to counter it a little bit. It's like zone him out.
Yeah, definitely zoning has been.
Oh, they eat it again! That's the second
No
one
way.
they've eaten! And then it's,
No
oh my
way.
god! Citizen just showing up big here.
Oh my god, Purple's able to get Seamoose there, and Haiki's also gonna be going down as well as Salieri, but a second time? Oh, that's like getting blocked.
It's the same thing, same position as well. It's actually, I mean, say it's insane, but Salieri is down, so they have to back up a little bit because they cannot really sustain all that damage without the shield. But Salieri is already back, so they're just gonna go back in. They have their own grab, they have a shatter, nothing defensive on the other side. This could be huge once again. Is default ready? Doesn't need to be ready. They don't need it.
Oh my god.
They don't need it, Ares. I mean, how good are you if you don't even need to use your ultimates? I mean, besides the nano, but this Ana pick, I'm gonna tell you, this Ana pick, I'm really interested in seeing if this is gonna work out more, because maybe other teams will start using it now. This is huge.
Yeah, it's been huge. I mean, the amount of anti-nades we've seen have been absolutely nuts. And here comes Transcendence with the Graviton Surge to try to counteract, and it
Anti-nade
will
hits
work.
again.
Yeah, and what do you expect? There's a huge 3-man Earth Shatter there, and woman, and robot, but there's another Earth Shatter. Purple's gonna get caught in it, and the rally's gonna pop here from Incro, and Seamus is also anti-ed a little bit there, but able to get out of it. Seamus is gonna be going down very low, and so is nearly all of Revolution right now.
Oh, they managed to get to that the nano boosted Salieri, but they're still getting picks inside this spawn. They've burned down so much time already. Because remember, that first point got capped pretty quickly, then they get another 2.5 minutes. So they were close. They were like over 5 minutes after they capped that first point, and now they're down to 2, and they barely left the gate now. This is, I mean, Salieri is going to be back again. Same position. We've seen them here, been here before, and then this happened as well. Ares, what's happening?
I don't know, I'm sorry. Purple's able to get 3. Default's able to get 1 on Momo. How? They've barely gotten past the bridge.
I mean, they're making them use so much to get out of spawn. And then when they finally get through the gate, which is their next step, then like, the car's rolling back to the gate again. Then they consistently have been coming down through this corner, over that wooden high ground, dropped down on them, used something and won. And now there's another grab. Heike being taken down again.
Yeah.
Oh, Ares.
This is the ultimate. How the defenses this series have been absolutely insane.
Yeah, and yeah, we were sort of laughing at them for losing that first point, but they're sort of still defending that first point. They did, I mean, they gave them a little more time, but that's about it.
They're like, what first point?
Last minute here for Revolution.
Yeah, and Riley getting caught from both sides, and there's gonna be the Ana ultimate, and Salier's able to get Seamoose here, and this is Urshad's not able to, only able to catch Rack Attack, but not able to get anything out of it. Spades is gonna get demeched here. And here comes the Graviton Surge, but it's gonna be able to get blocked here, and oh, Purple able to get 2 to bring it back. Of course, this cannot
Who else
keep
but
happening,
Purple?
right?
They did lose 2 people now, so they definitely have to back up a little bit more. Camboya will be able to speed Ankro back, but they cannot hold in this gate. Like, they have to back up a little bit. They will do so. I think the default is setting up. Oh no, they think they have time, and they do have enough time. So they're set up, spread out, ready to do this graph play, and it will come out from the back. Oh, locked up.
Oh, there's anti on the space. He's barely able to get the healing. He's gonna be taken out of Megan. Siemens is gonna be taken down. Shadow gonna be coming out from them, and I'm going into auctioneer mode. I am so sorry, but Haiky's able to take down Default, and sadly Aries also gonna be going down here, and the trades are gonna be coming out. Momo and Spades, and there's another anti, but this time it's in the favor of Revolution. Finally, as they possibly can win a fight. Maybe it looks like it. Haiky's able to take down Ankro finally in the back lines, and overtime is ticking, and if they're able to push this to the 3rd point, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I mean, if they push it to the 2nd point, they at least get some extra time, so the 3rd point is more within grasp. But they cannot lose any like fight, any sort of resemblance of a fight here before they get the 2nd. That's a big deal. They will. I mean, they have a graph, and there's not that much defense. And there's a sound barrier on the other side, but that's easier to burst through than a Transcendence. So they have some tools to work with here, but the defense is dropping behind them, splitting up the team a little bit. They're just going to keep them away from the cart and even kill Camboyo. That's nice. That's nice. They're doing okay now.
Yeah,
they got a little bit of momentum, and then they're getting some ultimates for it.
Yeah, Purple's just doing donuts around
Purple and Spades. Just little, yeah, exactly. Just a little bit of ring around the rosy on that cart together, but
yeah,
it's fine.
They're gonna be able to.
So they'll get to point 2 here. There will not be another defense. This Purple died too late. But this is where it gets to an interesting part, because now they finally made it past the defense. It finally crumbled. Similarly to how the defense of Lupus crumbled. I mean, way too long. Just long. It was just long. Sort of trying to make up for that first fight on the first point, but yeah, ultimates on both sides.
Oh, yep, ultimate Jambalaya, and oh my goodness, 3 kills coming out, all from all Diva Bombs able to counter out each other, and then the Earth Shadow gonna be going on. Jays, he's gonna come down from it, and they're gonna be just cornered off here. And the zoning definitely coming in to a factor. 60 seconds left. Default able to take down High Key, and Skiz is gonna be bashed there and hashed and taken down, and that's gonna be the fight done. 45 seconds left for them, and just to get to this point, it has been a roller coaster.
It has, and that's what we're looking for, right? We're looking for these teams to put up a show here, and they've definitely been doing so far. We've seen Ilios, we've seen the Hollywood draw. Now we see the Icon Vault almost, full hold on, or like hold on the 2nd checkpoint. Now they're in the castle already, but they're being pushed back so hard.
Grab, and then there's Transcendence always is right there by Momo, and Sally is gonna pop that. How did he get?
I mean, this Shadow's weird. Let's just keep it at that. And then they're going to push back in. They used a lot of ultimates on the defense, and they need to start holding this. It's the last fight. Overtime's going to start taking.
Yeah, and it is right now. Rally is going to be popped from Key. Anko does not have it to counter it on this defensive side. And here comes the Graviton Surge and the Diva Bomb. By Purple. Purple's not able to catch anything. The Graviton Surge is not able to catch anything. But here comes Spades and his Graviton Surge. Not Graviton Surge. And oh, that may do it. Rack Attack and Default will be taken down because of the Diva Bomb by Spades. And Haiky's able to take down Incro, and the trade-out is going to be coming onto Jay, but Salieri is going to be taken down. And
still Purple on the cart. Still Purple on the cart.
Again.
They haven't moved the cart for a little bit. And they're coming back with a Doomfist, so they're going to be able to get back here with most of their team for another defense, but it's going to be stall mode.
Oh, it is definitely going to be stall mode here in overtime on the last fight of this attack.
I see a Torbjorn coming. What's the Torbjorn going to do? What's the turret going to do?
Oh, good heavens. And here comes the Transcendence from both sides. Here comes Diva Bomb. Diva Bomb's not able to catch anything, but there's 2 kills going to be coming out on the side of Revolution right now, and they're so close. 2.12 meters Oh wait.
Oh, they
And they'll be
will
able to get
get it.
those. Wow.
And then
How?
after that work, like after point A, which it took very convincingly, and then being held for like 6 minutes on B, and then just walking all the way through to last, that is definitely something. It's just something. It is just something. I think we're gonna
Yeah.
see a really quick restart here for one of the players, just for some latency issues, just some stability issues. That's just something you have sometimes. Maybe your CPU is getting a bit too hard, so you just wanna reset that.
And
But yeah, what a defense and what an offense after that. I mean, you really think they have no right getting to that third point, but that's
No, they
Overwatch.
don't.
That's how that works. You can just lose every single fight and get to third. You can also, it could have gone the other way, that they've won every single fight until they got to third and then get held for 6 minutes and then get through the last 10 seconds, or just don't get through it all. Like, there's all these different waves of everything.
Well, here, you know what I would love to see? I would love to see someone send this in. I don't know if you guys know, but Unit Lost or Silosa, and do a dissection of this. Oh my god.
No. I would not like to see that, because I mean, we already don't know what's going on, and then we see him try to throw shade. No. But that's it's not how it works though. But like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot you can do with this, and I think I would definitely, if we had the replay files for this, I would definitely watch that back. We don't have them yet. Might be going live tomorrow once again, so really hope we will then. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see what's gonna go on here, and who knows? Maybe we'll get another draw. It's still possible. It's Icon Ball. It's possible.
I need to go to sleep at some point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so we're gonna see Citizens come in here. Citizens is gonna try and attack now, and you know their win condition is. I mean, their most clean win condition is capping the last point with over a minute left. Because then, you know, obviously, then a Revolution doesn't get another attack, so then they have the cleanest win. They can at least not lose the map anymore.
Yeah.
They definitely have to cap out the last point. I mean, that's obviously they have to do that, because otherwise they lose. But if they cap it with less than a minute, then Citizens also gets another attack, and the first point went very well for them. So we can still see things change here. But every player's back, so we're gonna get it on pretty quickly here. 10 seconds before we see the defense run out with their comp, and talk about that. For now, I don't know. I'm curious about if there's different beer brands in the future, because obviously this takes place in the future, and there should be some different beer brands. Because
I'm not old. I'm not of legal age. I mean, I'm 4 years away.
Unfortunately, I am, or fortunately, I am. But there's no branding, or like my graphics are too low. It's either of those things. But there's no branding on these kegs or anything here. It's a bit of a shame. I would like to know.
I'm only 15. I'm sorry.
You know what? I'll ask the devs if I have the chance. You know, it's like, guys, what are they drinking in an Icon Vault? What beer
is
there?
Reinhardt's secret?
Yeah, I mean, he does it the voice line, right? Beer. It's like, yeah, exclamation mark. So it's good. We see this Winston Ana defense come out. Apparently, they're liking this Ana pick on both sides.
Well,
of the defense,
I don't doubt
least,
it.
So. Yeah, on the attack, not so much though. We just seen Standard 3-3 come out again. And we're just gonna see who did it better. But skits on this Winston is a big difference. And I don't know if it's gonna pay off for them. He could maybe get some environmentals though on that cliff.
Yeah, for sure. And Jay's gonna be taken down to half HP, and Inkro is gonna be nearly taken down. But there's that anti-weird ball, and he is taken down from it. And there's gonna be a trade coming in the favor, and this defense is getting rolled right now.
Rack attack.
Hey.
Coming in here, was showing a good Ana, but showing it even better than Yara maybe. Damn, son, that's something you're gonna be happy about seeing back in your kill feed. And when you watch this game back, even if you're analyzing it for coaching purposes, you're saying rack attack, you did everything you could. I mean, we're a bit sad that you didn't get the 6K, but you know, you're Zenyatta. This is what we expect.
More than we expect, really, but
and
showing
once
off
again, very quick point A take, which you saw last time as well. But there's not as much positioning to get this hold on B started. They are on the high ground now, but so is Citizens. They're already ready for it. They're not down there to be jumped on. In fact, they're sort of jumping down together.
Yeah, and here they go. 5:15 left for this attack, and if they get stalled right here, I might cry. But they're gonna be pushing the payload here a good bit. Is Citizens, and here comes the Diva Bomb. Diva Bomb's not gonna be getting anything, but the kills are gonna be coming in the. quite for Citizens right now, and Default definitely contributing to it, and there's gonna be a nice fight win for them.
Yeah, 4 minutes 45 left, and they have overcome the biggest obstacle of Revolution. They got through the gate, guys. They did it, and they did it with a lot more time left. So this is looking very good for Citizens right now. They also have a lot of more ultimates in the banks. I'd be surprised if they're not able to win the next few fights. But Salieri just gets taken down. He tried to use a flank shatter, but just didn't pay off. And now, yeah, they're just gonna run over them. So they might still be getting held at this gate. It's still possible. You could just run to their spawn and attack them there. It is all, it's all doable. I mean, you gotta burn them, right? Burn them bridges.
London bridges falling down. I think that's how it goes.
We're not in London though. We're in Eichenwald. Let's go.
Europe. Same.
Yeah, next fight starting, Aries. Come on, tell me what's happening.
Okay. Well, there's gonna be a nice fire strike gonna coming in from, and Sally, Ari, and Skiz are gonna be trying to go for it. There's gonna be a nice little bit of a stall there from them, and Seamus is able to get a really nice boop there. And Sally Ari is also gonna be taken down here, and Ankro is just gonna take a little bit of a dive off and a nice defensive play there. That's what happened in that fight.
Yeah, I don't really know what you were telling me there, because you thought me Seamus had booped someone up like 10 seconds after it happened, man. Come on, keep up with the events. But it's great. It's great. No, but like, it was a really good boop from Seamus, and we have seen a lot of good boop from Seamus. He's really been showing up on that Lucio, like in the last match we saw him in as well. But it's really good to see they can also do it against a much tougher opponent than Citizens, because that's really what they are right now.
Yeah, and they're gonna be going on to this bridge. They're gonna be going for a dive down, and Rally's gonna be popped here, and then yet again gonna try to go for that boop them into it, and there's a double graviton search here, double voice line gonna be coming in. Anchor's gonna be able to get a really nice kill there onto Spades and Nola side that late, but the Rally's gonna be coming in on the side of High Key, and Sally here is able to get Skiz down. That's gonna be a huge kill onto the opposing Reinhardt, and there's that D bomb gonna be coming in. And it's able to catch one there from Spades. Rack attack, the huge one, and there's gonna be a really nice four-man shatter there onto High Key's gonna be taken down from, and they're pushing this payload for sure. Oh, again! And keep getting down, but he's gonna get traded out, and there's a sound barrier that's questionable.
No, it saved Salieri's life. Salieri would have gone down otherwise. He's not able to charge away. So the Transcendence comes in here for Momo, but yeah, I mean, he's still very low, but there's not a lot of healing there left. So Rack Attack needs to get into a little bit of a safer position. Throw that orb onto Salieri. So he's gonna go down. Seamus almost gets that boop, but it's actually Momo getting the kill onto Rack Attack. From far away as well, I might add. Yeah, it was too late. He needs to just jump off before he gets staggered out even more, and the rest of the team's getting away because of Ankro doing a very nice sacrificial play. But that was looking so good here for Citizens, and they don't actually manage to get to that point. Yeah, Salieri going a little bit too low. They need to use the sound barrier, and then the Transcendence comes out from Momo. That will mean that they have a free Graviton, because there's no defensive ultimates on. But they do have to get Rack Attack's Transcendence off if they want to actually live themselves against the Graviton of Default. But Rack Attack once again gets built up by Momo. Oh, what's Momo been eating?
Yeah, it's summoning in those orbs, but it's been the opening picks on the Reinhardt to the Zenyatas have really been the opening picks for both teams, and primarily early on it's been the Reinhardts, but lately it's been the Zenyatas beginning picked really early onto these fights. But 4 ultimates are on board for Citizens right now, and the 5th will be coming up for Salieri, but the ultimates on the side of Revolution are looking really solid right now. The payload's just going to be pushed, and here comes nearly every single ultimate. Purple's going to be able to take down the ultimate. Is able to take down Space. Here comes this Earthshot. It's able to get 4 there. Not able to capitalize so much other than Ankro, and Shiz is going to be taken down to half HP. Going to be able to get healed back up, and Salieri is going to be taken down very low. He's actually going to be taken down by Skiz, and 38 seconds left, and they're going to have to reset on this fight.
Yeah, definitely. It's not looking good for Citizens right now. They got so close to actually getting there, but now that they have 30 seconds left, one more fight to decide whether there will be a map up or a map down. And we see how far an overtime push can take you. It's definitely possible, but they have been struggling ever since they capped point A.
Yeah, they really have been, and well, they definitely should be able to get to the point. Here comes a sound barrier from both teams. Yet again, identical voice lines. Camboyo able to get Skiz, and Jay's also going to be going down here from that defense, and this has been an absolute
get
roll.
it. They finally break it open, and it's been a hot minute. Actually, it's been a hot 6 minutes, but they get it finally, and yeah, they sort of needed that boost. And now the question is, are they going to be able to pull it through? Because they don't have the same overwhelming ult advantage that they had on the defense last time. So yeah, it's going to be close. But they do have quite a few in the bank. So do the defense, though. But if they get that grab out soon, they could maybe get away
grab
with
from both teams.
Woo!
UVOM not able to catch anything because of the Transcendence going to be popped from both teams. And they literally are playing like a tango right now, it seems like. And the UVOM going to be popped over on that side
the
of stage, but
Shatters.
not able to catch anything, and the Shatter's not able to catch anything. High Key's gonna be going down though, and Skiz also in J as well, and this defense is crumbling right now. And Rack Attack.
The Shatter from Salieri actually got quite a few, so that's how they managed to take out Skids and Jay as well. This is through the Shatter and then the charge. Salieri did give his life for it, but that's definitely worth. I mean, if you trade 1 for 3 and you'll have another 6-man attack, you're completely fine with that. Default is sort of hiding with this grab. Once you set high ground to his advantage, obviously. And now we see Momo back onto this Ana. Knows he's not going to get another Transcendence up, and that way the Ana just does more. Skids once again falling early.
Here comes Grab to try to pull them away from the point. Not able to really work here, and Spade is able to take down Purple there. That's going to be huge. And this is going to be the last fight right now for this attack, and
looking good for the
able to take
defense.
down Red Attack, and this offense is not looking good right now, as they may be able to hold it, and they do.
Nope, they don't get it to the point.
Oh,
yeah,
Revolution.
Revolution finally winning. I think that was sort of, I would say expected, but that you sort of saw that coming after they did so well on the Behold. It was going to be a tough ask to still get in there. If you get into that castle with like 4 or 5 minutes left, it's the same thing as with King's Row. You can just get this infinite amount of attacks, and eventually you can just walk through with 6 ultimates. But Purple had so many nice plays here coming out, just completely stopping. It was a very big part. Like A2 grabs in that corner. You got like 7 kills with self-destructs on that corner. Yeah, that was definitely nice plays. But a lot of people had nice plays there. And a lot of people had some weird plays as well. So I wouldn't count either team out just yet, because it's been such a close series. We're on a 2-1 now for Revolution, but Citizens could just pull it back and send us to a map 6.
Yeah. And
because this is already map 5, guys. Don't forget, this is map 5 because we had a draw on Hollywood. Yes, that's
I got a
thing.
question for you real quick.
True.
How many energy drinks have you had?
I have had none because I don't do caffeine apparently in my life. No, actually I don't drink coffee, and I rarely drink energy drinks. So,
It sounds.
yeah.
What time is it for you right now?
It's just been water. It's 4:22 a.m. I'm great.
What time did you go to sleep and wake up at?
So while I live in Europe, I do right now have a North American schedule because I can afford to. And that's not because I don't like European Overwatch. It's just that, you know, if European Overwatch is happening, I'm still awake at 8 p.m. That's fine. But I can also do NA stuff now. So if I don't have to have a sleep schedule of a 9 to 5 job, just do this. So that's why I'm awake. I basically live the same life as you, Aries.
Yeah, I am.
It's a little bit darker for me. That's how it works. But hey, we'll see Ban on Lijiang. Citizens is gonna select the next map, which is gonna be Hanamura. From their performance that we saw coming out on Anubis, I'm not at all surprised they go to Hanamura.
Yeah, not really surprised.
I am not. The question now, of course, is: are we gonna see Orisa at all? Or are we just going to keep seeing these Ana defenses that have been looking very well? Zen is being saved here, I feel, from Revolution.
Yeah. And by the way,
Why does Rack Attack give us Zen? He doesn't have that.
By the way, quick thing. Not really kind of quick, because I don't have to do it in 15 seconds anymore. But go ahead, if you're on DLive, go ahead and go on over, switch over to twitch.tv, open it up in another tab, go ahead us with a Twitch Prime. It's going to be nice if you hit us with one of those, or go ahead and hit us with a subscription of your own, and, go down in the description and go in the bio, actually, and hit your MVP of the match. You know, go on and scoot back over to D Live if you were on that before. You know, D Live, we love you. Twitch, we love you. We love all of you. But yeah, Zen will be banned by the side of Citizens, which is an interesting one.
Ooh. Yeah, Brig is saved once again, like we saw on the last map that Revolution got the ban a hero on, or save a hero on. So they will be running against this, probably against Ana again. But I'm curious to see what's going to happen here, because they could very well run a bunker now. Because the Orissa's there, Bastion's there, Mercy's there, Baptista's there, Farah's there. Like, there's a lot of stuff there that a bunker can use. And it's possible. It's been very successful in Hanamura. In fact, NA teams have not been able to beat the best European team on Hanamura when they were running bunker defense.
Ooh, flexing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, we haven't seen Fusion try it. Philadelphia Fusion, Fusion University did not try it because they never got to play against them on Hanamura. But yeah, that bunker defense is looking very good here for the Enku Titans. That was. But I don't know if these teams are going to pull it out. They might just not want to, or they might just not feel like they need to. But the opportunity's there. No hero that's sort of detrimental to it, or like safe or sort of important or pivotal to it. It's been banned. So no real weird substitutions have to be banned out. The Zenyatta has been banned, so you can't even discord a target inside of the bunker you then can take down somehow. A lot of things that are very interesting about this, but we'll see. I mean, the defense is going to get out here first. It's going to be Revolution on the defense first. And they're going to run out with this dive Ana goats.
Yeah.
So we'll have the Winston, we'll have the Ana. Of course, Zenyatta's banned, so they couldn't even pick it if they wanted to. So I was expecting the Ana already. But Skits, once again, on this Winston, has been looking well on this Winston, I must say.
Yeah, and by the way, it is 2-1 in favor of
Revolution is up 2-1. Yeah. So they could close out the series here, but they could also send us to a map 6.
Yeah.
Which we haven't had, I think, in the history of the Watchers Brawl so far. We might have had it once or twice. I have not experienced it myself.
I haven't either. I've done.
And it's going to be potentially DPS. They're going to be potentially DPS attack here.
Yeah, potentially.
They will roll out with it. They will roll out with this. The Tracer on Ankro, purple on the Sombra, default on the Widow, and Rack Attack on the Farah. With Camboy and Salieri heading up the solo support and tank roles.
Yep. And they're going to be taking control of this building on the side right beside the point, but it's not really going to work for long as they're going to try to dive in onto the point, and it's just going to be that Hammond, and going to try to create some openings. That Widow up there for default is just trying to creating havoc.
They finally get it. They finally get it.
Yeah, and they're definitely getting it right now. 3 picks coming in. Ankro getting 2 of them on that Tracer. And sadly, Aries going to be able to chip in a little bit there for Skiz, and that's going to be this point taken right now.
They get all out, and Simu's disallowed for a little bit. We're not yet in the new rule set, where you only get 3.5 minutes, 3.5 seconds max of respawn on the defense after A falls. So Simus will only now be back, and meanwhile Purple and Salieri are already on the second point, and they have the ultimates to work with. Salieri will actually die. They might be able to get Resident back up with Camboyo's Valkyrie, but that was a little bit of an overplay maybe, and we've seen them do that before.
Yeah, and Jay will be taken down here playing that Sombra by Rack Attack, who is, you mentioned before, playing that far, and they have a bunch of ultimates.
Falling. Now they're gonna go aggro because Salieri is back, and they just gotta pick Spades hacked up.
That Barrage is able to get Spades.
It doesn't have the primal yet. That's not ugly. Ooh.
But he's gonna be taken down though, and this attack is looking absolutely brilliant right now. And this is definitely going in the favor of the Citizens right now, just having full control of this point.
They need to keep killing things because Skits is very close to their primal. They're gonna be able to take him down before he gets it. Doesn't look like it. He'll get it off. But there is still some members left. Momo going to fall now, and Skits
doing work.
Yeah, Skits looking to fall now as well, and this might be the nail in the coffin. It is.
And they are.
Ike almost making it back to the Tracer though, and
Ankro.
That was interesting. With Spades had the self-destruct as well. There's a lot of shielding going on, so they could have maybe given them some space, but a DPS attack on second assault. Now, I'll tell you so. Oh, look, Spades would have gotten a 4K. We just saw
Oh,
it in the
wow.
post-match. He would have gotten a
That-
4K. With, like I said, does Ankro make it onto that point, and Spades maybe as well, that they might be able to pull it back because the self-destruct is so hard to fight against?
Yeah.
They might have been able to dodge a little bit. You know, obviously after game, people often start moving. But that would have been a big self-destruct regardless, like just for the zoning potential it had, but it would have definitely gotten a kill or two probably. But yeah, I mean, most teams, most like the highest level teams, they'll do the DPS on first, but they'll rarely keep running it on second because a good goats defense or good defense will be able to, without ultimates even, be able to stave that off or stall out for long enough. And that wasn't the case here from Revolution. So now they have to fight up against this 5-minute 41 time bank. Last time they only had to fight up against a 3-minute 39 or 29, I think 39 time bank. So they've done 2 minutes worse than they did on Anubis against the DPS comp. The DPS comp actually didn't get that much success on Anubis on second. But it did here. And that's just a difference in maps, I suppose.
Yeah, and the compositions will be coming out here. I'm tempted to look at the offense, but I think that's
you
what
know
they're
it's the
gonna be
defense first. It's the defense
Yeah.
first. They're going to be rolling out with this same defense comp that Revolution was, and the attack. Now they are running some sort of a different thing. Jay's probably scouting a little bit, just checking what they have, and then they might switch back up, which they will. Will they go for the straight matchup? Yes, they will. So they'll go with Momo on the Moira and not on the Ana this time around, which on the attack I can understand. And they'll run in with this Reinhardt. So they have a little bit of a different healing source and a little bit of a different shield tank.
Yeah, and they're just gonna be going straight through the doors here and being collapsed on a little bit, but high ground's not gonna really last for long as they're gonna try to go for the high ground bridge up top and see how that goes when the shield will be popped. They're gonna get dived on here, but the anti is able to catch Spades out, and Spades is getting very low, but not gonna be low enough to be taken down here. And
they get to where they want to go. Now they can start just running onto that point and killing things. The only thing they need to worry about is not getting booped off the map by Salieri. And Skids is in a position to do so.
The anti-nade taken down high key and nearly C-Moose, but Camboya is going to get traded up high key, and they're looking to push on to this point right now, and that fire strike needs to land, and Salieri getting really low, and Rack Attack as well. Rack Attack's going to go down, and so is Salieri.
And I think they got this fight.
Yeah.
They do let default build up almost entire graph. There's also a nano for Rack Attack. Purple's got the self-destruct up. So there's definitely some stuff to work with for the defense, but that's a very late kill onto default here. So they have a lot of momentum going into second, but they still need to cap first, so they can't just stand on the point straight away yet. Ah, it's a shame. They were really ready to keep that momentum going, but then the first point wasn't capped yet, so they really couldn't. Now they can start doing so, but now the defense is also set up, and they like I said, they have that graph, and there's no defensive ultimate for the attackers to work.
Yeah. If they're able to get this first point push, then it's going to be such a lot of time in the time bank for both teams. And here comes Nano onto the Reinhardt, but there's a Graviton Surge there to block it away, and Purple's able to take down Jay, and Haiki's actually going to be able to get a trade down onto Salieri, and Skizz actually going to be taking it down. Both Reinhardts are down. That's going to prompt them into a huge anti. Gets 3 of them, 2 of them being supports, and Spades. And Spades will be taken down here, and aggressiveness going to be coming in from Purple.
It's rough to see that little corridor what exactly goes on. We saw both Grants come out, Self-Destruct come out from Purple, the Shadow from some Salieri. So a lot of ultimates used, a lot of tools used, and eventually it's just the trade goes a little bit in the favor of the defense. But not a lot of time lost, and there's still a lot of tools to work with for them. I mean, they have a little bit more on the attack than they have on the defense. Big deal is going to be that Shatter from Skits if he can hit something big with that.
Yeah, and here comes the Diva Bomb going to be coming in. This could be huge. It's able to grab one. That's going to be Camboyo. And they're going to drop down onto this point, and there's this sound barrier going to be popped down. Skizz still does have that Earthshot. He's going to pop it. He's able to get to there. Ankro and default Ankro is going to be able to get punished here with that Fire Strike, and Skizz is already at about 30 on his ultimate charge yet, and they're going to have some control of this point. Spades is able to get Salieri, And this attack is still rolling on.
Yeah,
And
the
they
main
have
hero you
control
do
the-
not want to have dying is Momo. Momo going down there is probably going to spell the end of this attack for them. They never could really get a lot of kills chained quickly, so it was always 1 or 2 going down like within 10 seconds or so, and then the next kill took another 7 to 10 seconds, meaning that the kill they got previously is already back on the field, and then you just keep trading out a little bit. This doesn't work. Ankro on the Symmetra, is they going to stick? It is. So they made it. They made a little bit of a thing to the top. So Rack Attack is now on the high ground. Is able to be a lot safer there using the healing from there. Only the one that can really challenge that is Spades, maybe Seamoose. Momo could maybe do some anti-healing from anti-sniping from the other side. Huge grab.
Yeah, huge grab's gonna be able to grab them there. But nothing gonna be able to get punished there. And there's a nano boost, and this kid is able to take down Incro.
Oh, the boop.
Yeah, the
But Salieri was big because Salieri just doesn't get the shatter follow up in that case, and now it's just Camboyo going down. Nice grab. She gets going low, but just gets healed up back by Momo, and now they'll be able to get onto this point. They got some quick kills in succession. Encro is safe on the left side, but Wreck Attack's still up there. Wreck Attack will now only get deleted from there. Well, he's not deleted, but taken down. Huge shatter from Skids. We'll be able to take down Encro. Wreck Attack's still alive somehow. They are close to getting it, but Wreck Attack's still able to get away alive. How is Wreck Attack still alive? Able to sleep Spades and walk away from everything. Now Spades is like, where is he? I want to get him now. Throws it to self-destruct. Will not be able to get default, but Purple will fall.
Yeah, Purple, that's going to be the kill under the Diva, and that's not going to be good at all, but Anchor is going to be going down as well, and this defense is going to be trying to stall here. And
I mean, they're stalling really well, but I mean, eventually you should lose it, right? I mean, Seamoose does go down, didn't have any sound barrier charge or anything. They're so close.
4%.
They're so close.
Oh my goodness, with Spades, Momo is going to be going down.
No, they're dying. No. There's so many dying. It's way too many. It's not okay. They're not being able to get it. It's just because the right picks come out at the right time. And it's going to be hold. 95.9%. Remember this one. Remember that revolution. Remember that Anubis. Remember what happened there. Is the exact same scenario. You get very close to that. And then they actually had 97.4, I think. They were even closer that time. But it's just returning. The horrors are back. And now there's a Mei on Purple. Yeah, Purple's already on it. It's going to stick with that. And it's going to be so hard to push through that. I mean, they did get through the first wall. Now they have to get through the second before it's there. Purple's already in position. No! Just drops into them! Purple dies for no reason!
Oh, there's that Mei that's so crucial. It can freeze the Reinhardt and all the key ones, and Salieri's gonna be able to go down here, and the Graviton Surge is actually able to eat Momo, but some huge kill is gonna be coming out. Jay's able to get a double kill. Incro, Camboyo, default, and Rackers are gonna be going down here, and they have control of this point right now. It's just gonna be so if they can get the Mei's gonna be able to ice block, and Incro with that dupe is able to come back, but he's gonna be going down. Default's gonna be going over onto this Bastion. There's that ice ball and Graviton Surge.
Mei was probably coming number 1 there. They deleted her as soon as they physically could.
Yeah, they cannot get off this point.
I don't think anyone else is gonna touch. They're trying with the Bastion and the Doomfist, but that's finally it. I think they still had some time left on the bank, so they will be able to get another attack.
45.
45? Yeah, that seems about right. But look at that. I mean, 6 minutes versus 1 minute. That's a big difference. So for Revolution, the main thing that they really need is to cap that first point and just snowball it into second. They almost did it that one time, but they really need to, because the main problem why they couldn't properly snowball is because they went forward so quickly, but the point wasn't capped yet. If they had capped the point and they were in the position they were in, they would have just won. They would probably just won out straight out of that second point as well.
Yeah.
But the first one wasn't capped, and they were already on second, so they were a little bit ahead of the time game, and yeah, it just didn't work out for them, unfortunately. But they will get another shot at attacking, and maybe they can do it now. Like maybe they can get it out and done now. There are potentially running something with the Sombra. It's possible. Defense though, we'll see the same thing: the Ana, the Winston, and the rest of the regular suspects, usual suspects, I'd say. So yeah, what are we gonna see? I mean, we did see some pretty huge plays come out here and there. You know that there's also some mistakes. Purple is getting punished on that Mayor really hard, and then the Salieri getting booped off the high ground while he was shattering. There's definitely some things that are going on. Both teams are doing very well, and they're punishing their mistakes of the other team pretty well. But both teams are just making some mistakes here and there, and those are just the big ones.
Yeah. And you can't really make mistakes, especially in this stage of the game. And Default's able to take down Jay pretty early.
Oh, anti.
This attack is over.
Rack attack. The anti-nades. It's been such
Everywhere.
a minute. This is Hollywood all over again. They tried to walk in, and like 3 or 4 members got anti-naded, and they're just gone. They're just gone.
Yeah.
There's nothing they can do against it. Now they have 23 seconds to just get this first point. They need to touch it first of all, and then they cap it, and then they need to do as much in the second as they can.
Yeah. And they're just gonna try to go straight through it. With, like the voice said, 5 seconds left in this. Jay's able to take Purple out of his mech, and Skiz is able to touch the point. Humans are going to be taken down, and such as and Skiz as well, and Citizens are looking good right now. Overtime ticking down, but there's the EMP. Is going to be taking 4 with them. Salieri, Primal's not able to get anything out of it, and the overtime is ticking down. Momo's not able to touch it. No one.
They're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
It's
just
not
about
happening. It's not happening today. This will not be any ticks gained on point A. So Revolution, we always say we always say this is a hard one. It's a tall order.
Yeah.
But 6 minutes on Hanamura A is still holdable. It
By
is
the way,
definitely holdable. But the big thing is that I really feel they need to make some sort of change in order to deal with either DPS setup or like 3-3 setup or anything. If they just keep playing the standard 3-3 or even with just Winston and the Ana, I doubt it will be enough for 6 minutes. I just doubt it. I mean, you can hold off a few pushes with it, but eventually you're gonna have to fight against the Apocalypse.
Yeah.
So I would really like to see them do something else.
Yeah.
And it looks like they still want to go with this Sombra.
So
And it could be big. The Sombra could be big if you rotate the EMP quickly enough.
Yeah. So with the probable outcome of this is Citizens will win this, correct? Right.
Yeah.
And so if the Citizens win this, will we go to the single point Busan?
We
Since
will
didn't
go
do it
to
for
we will go
Hollywood?
to a map 6, which should be Busan, as far as I've understood it. If we're gonna play a best of 1 or not, I'm not entirely sure. I feel like we might just play the full like best of 3 on the Busan, but we'll see that when we get there. It's likely that we will, but let's not jinx it because that could just be the Revolution does a 6 minute hold, and that is just a 2-1
And-
after 5 maps, and that would be ridiculous. But it's possible.
I think we might call a series at that point. I don't know.
No, we can't. No, that's not how this works, man. This is not how it works.
I don't know if there's enough maps.
There is. Don't worry, there is. We're just gonna go to Havana, and that will be that. But yeah, we're gonna see that. We're gonna see them come in with a
Yeah, they're gonna
3-3.
dive straight through, and looking for this. Salieri is gonna be taking down some huge damage. So is Heike. Heike's actually gonna get anti, and that's gonna be the end of him. And Purple's getting hacked here, and just barely lives through. And Default's able to take down Momo pretty quickly there, and they're looking good right now on this attack. And well, possibly Busan here we come. I would think.
I would think so. I mean, there's no one
Yes.
there, and that's a 2-2.
Citizens.
We're a 2-2 after map 5. And
Wow.
the rule book is being opened. If I get the rule book out now, it does tell me it's the best of 1 on Busan. But
Yep.
that it also told me that was a best of 1 after a map draw, not after a final draw. So I'm not
So-
entirely sure again what's happening. We're just gonna have refused to call this one because obviously he's the guy in charge of everything. Honestly, I kind of feel bad if it was only a best of 1 of Busan because that doesn't really give us a proper finish to this. It kind of feels anticlimactic.
One
But
round
it
of
does
Busan,
look
that's
like we're gonna go
that's the
there. It
verdict.
is the final call, the final verdict. 1 round of Busan. Are we gonna see any hero bans and picks on that one though? That's the question. Because I don't think we are. And if we're not, yeah, I mean the lobby will have to be set up. It's not the full map. That's for sure.
This is This has been one of the longest series I've ever casted.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, my friend. This is you got to get into the game somehow, and this is one to do it with. And honestly, I only get more excited and more energetic the further we go, because if a game goes this far, if the series goes this far, and if it's this close all the way through, there's nothing more excited than that. It doesn't matter what compositions you play. It's just the storyline of this, is the entire premise of this is just it's so amazing. And if we think back of how this series progressed, right? Revolution did manage to win the first one. So Revolution just won Ilios in a, I wouldn't say dominant fashion, but they did pretty well, right? So
Yeah.
Citizens did put up a fight, didn't completely roll over quickly on that one, but that's the only control map we really have. We're gonna go for research and development system here, R&D. But we'll see what we're gonna have. No hero bans, no saves. It's just a clean best of one on Busan. We don't know what point we're gonna get yet. That's just gonna be completely random. Yeah, there's so many different approaches you can take to this, and I'm just excited. I just want to see more of these teams right now.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one. Like you said, the storyline's coming in. This
nerdy.
is the sixth map.
Build us a storyline, Aries. Tell me, like how what happened? Well, how are we here?
So, first, what even was the first map? Ilios. Ilios was the first map, so it ended up being 1-1, with Ruins going in the favor of Citizens in the first one on Lighthouse. It was a very, very good Revolution map from that Citizens, able to take Ruins after that, and it was very nicely done. So it was 1-0 to Revolution, and that was on well if they won the last point of that. And this, by the way, we're going on downtown Busan, however you want to pronounce it. But then we went to Hollywood, and it was a full hold from Goat's defenses, no bunker from both teams, full hold on Hollywood, no percentage at all given from either team. Then we went to what map did we go to after that? Map 3, that would be
Junkertown?
Yeah.
No, that was banned.
Yeah.
Map 3 was Anubis.
Yeah, Anubis. Anubis was, I'm be honest, I don't really even remember Anubis. Do you have any?
Oh, Anubis was almost the same as it was on Hanamura in a lot of ways. But in that case, they didn't both cap point 2, so it was only Citizens.
Yeah.
So it was just a full hold on B for them. Actually, not a full hold. They almost got point B there, 97% or something. It was so close. But like I said, we will be seeing downtown, and this is where everything will be decided. There's no going back. It's going to be the quad DPS or triple DPS coming out here from Revolution, it looks like, and it's going to be the counter DPS comp on the side of Citizens. Actually, no, it's the other way around. Citizens on the DPS, and the counter DPS is coming out from Revolution here.
And it's
so
gonna be a
Revolution in the
pharmacy
blue.
on
Yeah,
the
it's gonna be
side of
pharmacy,
Citizens.
obviously. Are they gonna choose to switch here? Are they gonna stick with this? Looks like they're gonna stick with it and just wait until the point unlocks before they're gonna take the fight there. But it looks like Citizens just wants to go back to spawn and go to the regular 3-3. And that means Revolution might go back to swap. But they think they can maybe take the point before it gets there.
Yeah, and
It is actually, Skits is going back to spawn. Skits is swapping right now, is going over to the Reinhardt, is giving over point control. Momo might go back as well. They might just want to take this straight up. You can see these teams being so flustered about this best of one situation. And all this percent ticking up is not good for Revolution.
Not good at all, because they're already at 15% for them, and that's Citizens right now. And going into Spades, and Spades are probably going to have a little bit of skirmish on top of the building there. Both going to dive back down. Spades is actually going to be taking down half HP, but Purple's going to be taking a lot lower, able to get some healing down onto him, though. And it looks like they're just going to spill this fight onto the point. And here comes a Transcendence going to be popped on the side of Rack Attack. And He's going to have his rally. He's going to be able to pop his base. He's actually going to get demeched here off of a Fire Strike, getting some really nice ult charge there. And Skids really needs to pop his ult. And he's going to have Earth Shatter ready. And that could be huge on this point. And
Salieri down, but he gets stunned out of it.
He got bashed out of it. Oh, Transcendence and Graviton Surge are gonna be popped, and Rally as well. Oh my goodness, he got bashed out of the Earth Shatter. That's like the double Graviton Surge eat that we saw. Oh, it's
Yeah, now
65%
they won't have the
for Citizens.
Transcendence. They'll only have the barrier. Default has to grab up. And this is like normally you have a best of 3 in the control mode, right? You're like, okay, so we lose the stage. Like, you sort of agree. You put that aside. You just go to the next one. But there is no next one. This is it. They need to win this point, otherwise they just lose the series. They do get the early pick of Camboyo. That's big. No sound barrier for the defensive side now, and it looks like they just will be able to run over it.
They should have to. 85%, nearing 90 on the side of Citizens, and that's gonna be a full team wiping.
And if you're a Revolution fan, you gotta be like, oh, thank God they managed to come back from that. Because, like I said, they were down a defensive ultimate, the biggest defensive ultimate in the Transcendence, and they still had a grab on the side of Default. So Default and the follow-up only had to be there, but they initiated with that self-destruct, meaning that the grab setup wasn't there. Now we're gonna see that happen the other way around. They actually catch Momo. Well, I can tell you how, but it's not important.
But Purple's able to take down Skiz, and High Key's also going to be taking down. But they do not have control. They just need to take control, and they'll have a, and they'll be borderline match
See who's
point.
Playing the hero, just giving the rest of his team time to come back, but there won't be a speed boost to get them back there. 4%. Are they going to make it back? Momo might be able to catch it.
No, they're not going to be able to.
The boots.
Citizens, they come back and win it. Oh,
That is.
my goodness.
Oh, like I said, it feels a little bit anticlimactic, but damn, what a series and a half, guys.
Oh my goodness.
And then this, like from the last map, you get to play the game as well from Heike, who did not end up winning the series. I guess that's you got to get them feels out for that. But honestly, there's so much that went right and wrong for both of these teams.
Yeah.
There's going to be so much that they can look back on, where you can just say, okay, so this is something we need to work on. This is something we need to work on, and that's going to be the most exciting for this, because it was such a close series. We were promised a close series, and it's definitely.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah,
We definitely. I don't think it could become closer.
It could, but not that close.
By the way, MVP poll. Go ahead and vote for it, please.
You still need to, guys. Who are you gonna
Yeah.
vote for? I really don't know who I would. I mean, I have some ideas, but honestly, it's all these players have been making big plays, but also some big mistakes here and there. So I cannot really call anyone out. I won't call anyone out for you, anyways, because that's just cheating. I can't tell you who's gonna win, because everyone knows that I always pick the best ones. Yeah, exactly. But no, I try to not do that, but that's okay. You know who we've got in the voice though? We've got Purple from Citizens. Purple, congratulations on that win. That was a long one.
Yeah, I was not expecting that to last so long.
Yeah, but like expecting, you say you weren't expecting it, but we're expecting the results, or were we expecting a different one maybe?
I knew they were good. We've obviously played them last Open, and we've been scrimming them for a while, so we knew they're about on par with us. We thought they were a little bit worse than they actually are, so we were surprised. We thought it was going to be a little bit like they're going to take one map, but they actually took us to the edge on a lot of maps.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, you know, you expected them to be a little, at least you were expecting the win at least.
Yeah.
So it's good that you at least got the win. You know, the results there, and I'm guessing this is gonna give like a lot of good VODs here for the next ones. Like this is good, because match environment could be a little bit different from scrims.
Yeah, for sure. It was totally different from scrims.
Yeah. Because obviously scrims are the practice environment. You play a sort of similar format, but like how is a match so different from a game? Is it just because everyone's trying the fullest and you're not really trying out anything, but you just play what you need to play? Or like what is really the difference maker?
Yeah, in scrims, right, you're just trying to improve. You're not really trying to, well, you're trying to win, but you're not playing to win, right? But in a match, winning is everything, right? So everything you need to do to win, you have to do. And also the comms are just like a lot more high pressure and high amp.
Yeah, I could definitely imagine. What do you think was the most high comm situation in that match?
Definitely the last map for sure.
Yeah.
The fact that it was one map was totally something that we didn't expect. So it was like there's a lot of comms on that one map. Once we won the first fight, everything went into overdrive.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We were also a little bit surprised about that last. Not that it was happening, but just we were a bit unsure about what's gonna happen. Obviously, we've seen the rules, so we should know. But things can change on the fly sometimes. But yeah, I mean the best of one on Busan. Obviously, that's a very unfamiliar format currently in Overwatch. Do you feel that Control is in a bit of a weird state right now, with it being best of 3, but sometimes feels like it lasts it is pretty short map type of most of the time?
Yeah, I feel like Control is kind of a weird map type because of that, and also because it feels like the person who wins the first fight just wins the map 90% of the time on GOATs.
Yeah. Do you think that would also be the case if it wasn't the GOATs meta though?
I don't know, not as much, not to the degree that is with GOATs. I feel like the ults that you get from GOATs allow you to snowball a lot more than other ults.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I have pretty strong opinions about that, but that's not for now. Yeah, obviously you're in the quarterfinals again. You're going to be playing against. Actually, we just had that match earlier before you guys. They said they were intently going to watch this match, so I hope they enjoyed themselves. Next match, you're going to go up. Oh, I have the brackets here. Why do I keep doing this? Maybe Aries knows. No, you're gonna go up against Redacted. I don't know if you've ever played or seen them before.
Yeah, we played them once, I think, in this tournament. I think it was last time.
No, not this time around, at least, because they hadn't played before today. But are you feeling confident about that one?
Yeah, I definitely feel like we can win for sure. I don't know what the score will be exactly. We haven't really played them in a while, so they might have improved a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they were looking good earlier today, but then again, you know, it's if you haven't played either of the teams and they're in a different part of the bracket, you never really know. How are you enjoying the downtime between open divisions?
I think it's great, actually. I don't know. A lot of people didn't like it, but a lot of people also thought it was going to be around 6 months, so they thought it was going to be a lot longer than it is. I think it allows people to like catch up to the other teams that have been around for longer, because there's just more scrim time before next open.
Yeah, I personally felt that the last one I wouldn't say came out of nowhere, but it came a little bit faster than we thought it was.
Yeah, for sure.
That really scrambled a lot of teams around. So looking forward to the next one, obviously. Do you feel like you really have a lot of practice still to go before open division, or are you feeling like, yeah, if it comes now, we should be ready?
Yeah, I feel like if we really want to be in the top spot for open, we have a lot more practice to do. There's a lot of new stuff that's coming up in GOATs right now that everyone's trying to learn as fast as possible. So,
yeah, obviously, and you know, maybe the next patch will throw in a lot. You know, the diva changes. You especially should be like pretty. I wouldn't say excited about it, but that should be definitely something you're focused on right now. Are you playing a lot of PTR, or are you just waiting until it goes live?
No PTR yet. Everyone normally waits for it to go live. I'm fucking scared as heck for the PTR patch to go live.
It's gonna be a bit. I mean, we saw you eat like those 2 crabs on icon walls on the same spot. I was already saying, like, I don't know if that's gonna happen. And then all the anti-nates coming out from Rack as well. You know, they're already hard to eat now. It's gonna be even more difficult. So I'm really curious what that's gonna do. Talking about Rack Attack, actually, on that Ana, you know, a lot of work going into that. Are you a team that's looking to play a little bit more Ana where you can, or is that just something you do on defense a lot, or what are your thoughts about that? Because we did see you put the emphasis on that. Yeah,
we do defense first points on maps where they can snowball on GOATs, because we want to stop them from being able to play quad DPS, because Ana is a lot better versus quad, obviously.
Yeah, makes sense.
So yeah, we just played on that, and then we noticed that they weren't as good against Ana GOATs as they are against Zen GOATs, so we just started playing that.
Yeah, it like I said, definitely makes sense, you know. And then even banning out the Zenyatta and Hanamura is really giving the good old last kick in the shins, if you want to call it that. But yeah, it's a good one. If you want to call out anyone on the enemy team, who would you think was really the hardest one to deal with?
I definitely think Lucio did really well. He was setting up a lot of boots on our Ryan that we were having a hard time dealing with. Yeah,
I'd see Seamus was doing a lot of work. I agree on that. I also think Momo was definitely sometimes picking off your Zenyatta or your Lucio. If
it happened a couple times.
Really, I mean, you can't really do anything about that, right? Because you go around the corner and the orbs are already on their way. So it's
that falls mostly on me some of the times. Damn it.
Yeah, don't worry about that, man. That's just how it goes. Hey, I'm gonna give you a little bit of an opportunity to shout out. You know, any insults, any praises, anything you want to do, just shout it out, and we'll be silent for a bit. So go ahead, Purple.
Your mother.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think my team's great. We've been around for a while, so definitely give us a follow on Twitter if you can. Citizens. That's about it.
Is it just Citizens, or is it like Citizens OW, or how do we spell it?
I think it's CTZNS, and I'm sure it's GG or OW after.
Okay, so Citizens without the vowels, basically, and then
just
W. Okay, I think people will be able to find it. We have the logo big on the screen, so if you see that logo, you're probably in the right place. Yeah, be sure to hit them a follow. I think we're still waiting for the MVP vote because it should be coming out anytime soon. I always hate to send you away and then you have won the MVP vote, so we couldn't congratulate you. That just always feels a little bit odd. Let me quickly see if I can see the updates here. Look like for now it's actually Encro that's high up. I don't know if that's changing. Get it? Yeah, it is Encro. Okay, so Encro gets the MVP, so you congratulate Encro. Maybe be a bit salty about not getting it yourself. That's always something you can do. But hey, congratulations to the next map. Definitely thanks for giving us such an amazing series. And see you around next time, Purple.
Yeah, for sure. It was a fun series.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya.
And
Larry's.
Yeah.
That was some insight.
Yeah. And
not by Intel though. I mean, it was insights by us. So by Purple. So.
Hey, Intel, maybe sponsor us? Question.
I mean, hey, I have an Intel processor and it works very well for me.
I'm getting an i9. Anyways.
Anyways, Aries.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing the outro here. Yeah, just a side note. We're gonna be doing the outro here. Thank you guys so much for watching Overwatch Watchers Brawl number 6 after an incredible series. Us had a great series earlier today. We have a great producer and Refuse in the back lines. I call him the sneaky silent assassin. Refuse, he's been absolutely brilliant. Hopefully no black screens yet again. I say this nearly every time because I just want to give him a little pinch on the arm for that, but it's fine. But he is always great. He is the only reason why we are here doing all of this for you guys. This is for you to do all of this. And yeah, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here. I have been Aries. You can catch me on Instagram, Aries, all lowercase ARES_Thompson, THOMPSON. Catch up with my life updates if you ever want to. It's just there. And Man of Class, do you have anything to shout out yourself?
Always my Twitter. It's always my Twitter. Just Man of Class OW. That's all you need to find, and you'll have a wonderful Pride logo because it's the month of love. Yeah, I mean it's definitely a thing, right? And I always want to shout out the Watchers. It's the Watchers OW on Twitter, on Twitch, on DLive. Maybe there'll be more social channels. I don't know, but that's the ones they have right now. Go and follow it. You'll see when everyone goes live, who's casting, who's playing, and what's happening with the Watchers.
Yeah.
But for now, yeah, that's been us. That's been the Watchers Brawl, and we'll see you in the next one, guys.
Yeah. Adios.